I have
Yeah,
looked at
thank
the
you
map.
for those.
Yeah, I've looked at the maps, but like,
I
Yeah,
have looked
thank you
at
for those.
We're
yeah,
on
I've
top
looked
of
at
the
the maps,
map.
but like,
I have looked
makes me the big sad.
We're
Yeah,
on
I've
top
looked
of the big sad.
the big sad.
The biggest.
Yes.
the biggest of sads, the saddest of boys.
All right. Speaking of maps, do you guys want to go to the big like the overall island map, or let's do that first, because that way
Yeah.
people who will know what's going on. We'll just go
What's
ahead
it
and
called?
I have to share it.
Okay.
Oh.
I was about to say, please tell me it's not the big island map, because I'll be really depressed.
Something blatantly
I've
obvious.
opened the town map, which is Firewood Isles. Oh, that's how it's spelled.
Firewood.
Firewood Isles.
You're from the Firewood Isles, eh?
It's the Fofum Wood Isles.
Oh God.
Oh no, there's giants here. We're all doomed.
I know they're sleeping.
Oh god.
Surprise! It's the final fight.
Surprise, bitches!
Oh god, I was wondering what that boss music was.
It wasn't
What
an
a-
allegory for the emerging nation properties of postmodernism. It was a fucking actual giant that had no lead up, and it's waking up.
It's just,
It's
it's just Atari. The entire party's just like, why do I hear boss music? And then Roach is just like, yeet.
And suddenly, Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Quick, build a wall.
I have not watched past the first 5 episodes of that
I've not
actual
watched
anime.
past the intro of it.
I have not watched it ever because I don't give a fuck.
So, anyway, are we recap? Recap? Yeah, recap.
Recap? Okay.
We sailed on
all
a
I
boat
know-
and we got to an island. Welcome.
All I know about the plan was sacrifice Rivallon.
Yes,
That
correct.
has changed.
To be fair, isn't Rivallon the only one that can stealth?
Well, Isaac can, but he's
Yes, exactly.
not as good at it.
Sacrifice Rivallon.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
This
Well,
is what
also,
this is what
Rivallon
happens.
You can also cast Pass Without a Trace, which gives
Yeah.
everybody a +10.
This is also-
this is what
happens.
you because they need that to also
Yeah.
not be spotted.
This
Either
is
way,
what happens when
recap. So, last we saw our intrepid adventurers, they had agreed to work for the shadowy organization known as the Thanes of Paramin.
Didn't have a frigging choice.
There was no agreement really.
It was entirely consensual.
It was a load of... I'm sorry for my channel, because I normally don't swear. That's fucking bollocks.
Listen, it's Wednesday night. You're allowed to swear.
The totally consensual job that they took was to
Bullshit!
was to go and
You can't
Gather
deny
information.
it's paying well, okay? We need money.
Have we
You're
seen
being
a
paid.
penny?
Yes.
yes,
Apart from
you got
that.
half. You
And
received a
not
substantial sum, a not inconsiderable sum.
We haven't received a penny except from that. Yes.
But you agreed to gather information relating to this unknown extra-national organization or nation that had begun to show its face and existence around Ural recently, as the Thanes believed it might in some way lead back to Paramin in a negative light, and they didn't want that to happen. And you're expendable, so they're sending you.
Yep.
You were paid half up front.
they are, Adrian.
You were paid half up front, and you ensued by spending a lot of that money on some magic commissions that you won't benefit from for a while until you get back.
Or
But
ever if we're dead.
or ever. We'll see though. You were able to pick up a couple of extra. I think there were some things you did pick up that were useful, like some magic or some what was it, health potions and various other things like that.
I got some braces.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Do have those
Yes.
braces that are
Oh,
really
they're
good
gonna
for
be
you.
amazing.
those bracers of elven kind, right? Or
Yeah,
archery?
they add
Archery,
like 2
archery.
damage to each of my arrows.
Yeah, which is really good.
Flat
But-
damage upgrade is a yes. That is
Yeah.
Is a
just yes.
Is a yes. It could also be given to somebody else who doesn't have proficiency in any type of bow weapon, and they automatically gain proficiency in
Oh,
longbows.
that's lovely for them. They're never touching them.
Yeah, but afterwards you were shown and sent to a whaling ship that was heading out. You were given a cover story of which you followed, and what ensued was about 2 weeks of pretty mundane travel as you headed south towards the western shores of Rapkus, where one night you were brought to the deck and
Shot.
no, not yet. And sent on a longboat to the shore of the Fyward Isle, a small isle and a long chain of islands off the west coast of Rapkus that until recently had contained a small local fishing village / settlement, but seems to have now been taken over by this organization.
Is Elven spelled V-E-N or A-N?
E-N.
I
Yeah.
use VEN. Yeah.
Okay, E-N. Thank you.
When you got to the shore, you encountered a small, what looked to be a patrol of some sort. They passed by, then a few hours travel overland through the thick forests of the interior, and we left off with you overlooking the settlement that contains this force.
Can you mark
it is
on the
still
map where
the
we
middle
are,
of the night.
please, Roach?
Yes, I can. In fact, do you want me to bring up the settlement itself as a map? I was leaving this like island map up for the.
Well, I don't mind because I
Uh,
think the island map and where we are on it is going to be useful because then we can
I've got
gauge.
them both up.
Did you just steal them off the Discord?
No, they're on images and maps. It's literally you sort by new, and abandoned settlement is at the top.
Handy.
The X on the Fyward Isle map is where you're at.
Okay.
You're on the north side of that river. But abandoned settlement, I can also mark that down.
I don't see an X.
I do. There it is.
I do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. There
wow.
it is. Found it.
Between,
Okay,
those,
so we've
between the
got
trees.
a way to travel.
Not really.
You're somewhere right around there on the abandoned settlement map. Towards the north, there's a little X.
Oh yeah.
As long as
okay, right there. Yeah, yeah.
As long as those trees don't speak Dwemer, we're good.
We're screwed. Knowing Roach, we're screwed.
These
So,
trees
left off-
speak Elvish.
We
Oh,
left
no.
off with you overlooking the settlement from a slightly high angle, as it kind of goes upward from the shoreline where the settlement is located and where the river cuts through. What you see is kind of a sprawled out settlement. It looks fairly common for a fishing village or a fishing kind of settlement. It's made like all the buildings are made of what look to be like locally sourced wood that was made. The road, as it were, through the town, or the roads are look to be beaten or packed earth, not actual roads. You do see a stone bridge that spans the river that cuts the settlement in half, as well as some interesting. Actually, give me perception checks, all those who can see in the dark.
I cannot.
Actually, no, perception checks for everybody. I just realized perception check for everybody.
Do I?
Is there
This
fire?
isn't fast night, is it?
19.
16.
I'll let you roll with advantage. You stand
22.
You do have your far sight thing. and it does work for this specifically.
How do I make sure I do it with? Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a little button at the bottom. Which you can... Yeah.
Oh yeah.
20.
Natural
20.
20.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Okay,
20 on.
everybody
rolled
everybody
well,
got
yeah.
a decent check. Okay, downhill from here. So,
We're screwed. We're all gonna die.
He's
So-
correct.
what you see in front of you,
If you
What
say a
would
village,
be
I'm gonna
a
get very disappointed.
what you see in front of you, what would be a sleepy village, is an active camp. In between a lot of these buildings, you see small white cloth tents, like pup tents, arrayed in clusters here and there. Small cook fires are lit here and there. The oddly, like, more artificial light of oil lamps hanging from posts at certain intervals down main pathways. You see individuals sitting at on stumps or whatever they can really sit on, or in the dirt in front of these fires here and there. Some looking to be cooking, others doing basically nothing, passing time. But there is a band you can see on the other end, on the opposite side of the river. Even the ones that can't see in the dark, you see this because it is very well illuminated. An area that has been cleared of trees and is lit by oil lanterns heavily, so that it is a well-lit area.
Where is that on the map, please?
It'd be somewhere around. It'd be somewhere right around. Hold on, I gotta mark. Like right around here. Like right around that X, near the mouth of the river.
You're on the
two-
big map, aren't you?
No, I'm on the small
No,
map,
small
the
map.
abandoned settlement.
Can't see the
I
arrow.
can't see an X.
I can see it just below, just on the right hand side. Sorry, the south part of the mouth of the river.
Nope, still can't see it.
Okay, but
Yeah,
I
I'll
can,
see
I
it.
can
Zoom in
imagine,
and zoom
I can
out.
imagine where it is.
Zoom in, zoom out, like reset, and that will make it.
There it is.
Ah! Thank you.
You see two large rectangular structures that are in the midst of being constructed, with crews actively working them right now. Not a lot, maybe 20 individuals working. The outer parts, like only the interior framing, is up at the moment, but they do look fairly substantial in terms of size.
How many people do we see?
Yeah, can I get a quick head count?
Yeah, if you take like 5 minutes and you give it a count, more than 100 in your eye line that you can see.
Rivallon.
One other thing you do,
Squints his eyes and goes, fair fight then.
one other thing you do see even closer to you is on the opposite side of the river, a newer building, larger and of a different make and design, more flowy kind of lines to it than the squared utilitarian design of the fishing village itself. A large, like almost stately 2-story building, and I'm gonna just circle that. It's like building. It has it's at the end of a long path that looks a bit more fresh. It's lit very well, and in the front you see a small circular kind of footpath at the end of the path that leads to it, and a flagpole with a flag hanging from it.
Do we recognise the flag? Is it an insignia we've seen?
Hold on, let me see. Did I put that in here? Give me a second. I did not put that in here.
Hey, Isaac,
Mm-hmm.
can you drop some quick sketches of this? Might need to bring it back. Useful
Way
info
ahead
for
of you.
everyone.
Isaac's gonna unpack his not calligraphers, cartographer's kit.
That's the one.
Cartographer's kit, and start on some of the in the paper notebooks he's got. He's going to start making maps and sketches of all of this.
Mog's going to do a quick sketch of the flag.
Right.
Ah,
Oh
it
my
shows
God.
3 crescents.
No need to.
Is it also on the blue flag, or is that just?
No, that's the flag. It's blue. I can
Okay.
put so you get like the actual perspective. I can actually just put it down here. Nope, I need to rename that. Hold on.
3 red crescents.
That is,
It actually does kind of
ongoing
look like a
motif.
very. It looks like a very awkward smiling face.
Uh-oh.
Trust me, it's not smiling.
Well, maybe.
Okay.
Depends on who's looking at it.
There you go.
Right.
Thank you.
And the actual perspective of what a flag's like the dimensions look like.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it
No, I was
looks
just
like.
wondering if it was actually on a blue background or if that was just you trying to make the red pop.
Nope. That is like a light blue background.
Like a sky with 3 moons in.
Yeah, kind of. 3 blood moons.
Gentlemen, if we go down, that is suicide. I don't want to commit suicide.
Well, we are just here to investigate, right?
Yeah, but we can't gather much information whilst up here. I mean, Isaac can get us a map, but they're going to want more. They're going to want actual numbers. They're going to want weapons. They're going to want to know whether the
Yes, but
Rivallon's
we
already
don't-
gone, hasn't he?
we don't need to get right up into them to do that. Like, when you're hunting animal, you don't go charging toward animal then. You can sit back a bit and you watch and you observe, or you follow from great distance on horseback, right?
You still
I-
have a few
So
hours of time, I believe, as
We
well.
don't need to push into town itself. We can
I
maybe
have,
go around the side and observe.
I have 3 level 4 spell slots. This is me out of character, but just because it's explaining it easier, which means I have up to 3 hours of polymorph, which means I could do bird, mouse,
Rivallon, how do you feel about being a
Cat.
hawk?
well, it would
I
I would
riding
you,
hawks.
you take the animal stats.
Just
thing, but,
interjecting
like-
here. Rival's a very good option, but I'd like to remind people that I have the ability to memorize terrain. So I
That's true.
could I wrangle this, Roach, in that I would be able to remember the building layout, that sort of thing, because I memorize terrain.
So do I.
Oh, you have
Uh,
that as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
His
nice.
favorite terrain.
Yeah, because
No,
it's
I
in his
have
favorite
Wanderer.
terrain.
Oh, Wanderer. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember where I've
Wanderer.
been.
Those two.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
and also,
I will point out neither of you two know the language. So if you were trying to get information on that point,
I mean,
no. Not the language. I'm
Tongues.
talking
like,
terrain.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're talking the layout, how many people, where the buildings are, what they are.
all right. Just making sure.
this is
The
all
other
physical.
option is we
stuff.
grab a person.
I mean,
Another-
we could very well jump one of the patrols they send around the island.
You have one
Mog
elf.
sat down and got her book out.
Uh-oh.
We also
She's
have a
writing
Mog
stuff.
who can read anything.
Yeah.
Does Mog's reading anything apply while she's an animal?
No, because
No.
that would be the animal.
It wouldn't be
stats
her
and not
eyes,
mine.
I'd imagine. Yeah.
And I would. This is the thing. Would I remember things?
You always remember what
yes.
with my polymorph. Yeah, you would, I think.
Oh, it's
think-
Yeah, only
you
your
wouldn't-
your mental stats go down, so you'd be
Yeah.
like you wouldn't have as much focus. Like you'd remember who you were and you'd remember what happened while you were whatever. But you're like while you're doing it, like if you have it like if they make you a moth, then you're gonna have an
Mog the
intelligence stat
moth.
of 1, so you're not
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah,
gonna be
you
too
know-
motivated.
So the thing.
Yeah,
What I
you
was
remember your
thinking,
movement, but you're not going to do long algebra.
Yeah.
Aw.
Rivallon's like, I like doing long algebra. It's very, very therapeutic.
Because
Maybe not.
at the moment, Mog is casting Unseen Servant.
Okay.
Okay. For
'Cause
reference, by the way. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because if she... The thing is, it only works sort of 60 feet away from her. So she was thinking of using it to sort of go and look in tents and look for paperwork or books and then bring them back to her because it can fetch.
It could also
good
pick up a
boy.
weapon.
It can also
No,
pick up a
it
weapon.
can't.
5 pounds.
Oh shit. Okay. Hold on 1 minute. I fucked up.
It has
Your
a strength of 2, though.
Yeah, I
It
can
can't-
pick up 5
Yeah.
pounds worth of
I fucked
a
up.
weapon.
Your position is not where I put it at. That was the first thing that popped in my head. You're not on the north side of the river. You're on the south side of the river.
Oh.
So you're on the other side of
So
the
we're
river.
near the
but you're-
light.
So we're actually we're like directly.
You're like I'll put an X up here. Like you're like.
I'm assuming
like,
we're like directly southeast of the giant building. Would be the. would
No,
be
I put
my
like
assumption.
an arrow. You're like off the map there, like top
Oh.
right hand corner of the map. So you're.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I messed that up because there was when I described it last time. It was there was some old there's some unused farmlands between you and the actual settlement. You still saw everything you saw because you have Ustenia and he rolled a natural 20 anyways. So.
Yeah.
Stania.
So it worked out, but yeah, you're on the other side of the river.
I mean, that makes things a lot easier
It
because
really
we
does.
don't need to
It
cross the
does.
river now.
Because I was
Yeah.
figuring,
No, that
trying
was-
to figure out how to get across the bridge.
that was my fault.
I mean, we can walk on water.
It's been
remember,
2
Sesh
weeks.
has that spell, so
Yeah, but if it's
we
all
could've
well
just done
lit,
that.
then it's like...
yeah, that's
Well,
another thing is that we'd have to go up the
for
river
reference,
to somewhere else. Yeah.
For reference, the well-lit areas are like the big house, the work site, and there's another area that's partially cleared out to the north part of the river. That's like around like this area. It's like
Right.
square area that is lit, and it looks like a how would I describe it it looks like a drilling field, like a field for military drills. That's kind of a thing. It's beaten down in terms of people just walking on it constantly.
Looks like a
and not
training
lot of
ground.
grass. Yes, there we go.
It's probably a
welcome.
training ground then. Looks like a training ground,
Yeah.
smells like a training ground.
Yeah.
Probably a training
Those are the major areas that are well lit. The places that have there are a lot of places with light, but they're not like bright light. They're like little cook fires, or maybe somebody has a lantern on
Is-
the peak of their tent or something like that. There's not like
Searchlights, you know.
like those
Right.
tight. I don't know. Yes.
Is there anywhere that looks like it's storing stuff? Major storage. Is there anyone like carrying crates, barrels? Something that maybe looks like a powder cache.
Isaac's like,
Ustenia, through his eagle eyes and natural 20, while you're observing and getting a head count, you do notice actually in 2 or 3 locations throughout the settlement where these soldiers are arrayed. Some will go into some of the buildings. By the way, you see no light from any of the buildings, but they'll go into a building and come out with an item, or with a crate, or with a small keg, or something. There's a possibility that some of those might be storing things, but you can also tell that the big long buildings that they're building at the front look like they could be. They look like, in terms of the frames that you're seeing, like storehouses. In terms of size and large, they're about 3 or 4 times bigger than any other building in the settlement.
we should move along down the side here of the forest and get into it. At least that way, then we're harder to spot than being standing out here in the open.
Does Ustenia with his eagle eyes see anyone who isn't an elf?
Special eyes.
You would be able to see that,
Ah,
wouldn't you? Because you could
sure.
see detail out.
Yeah,
to
detail up to a
right?
mile, I think. Yeah. Could you check the writing on that, Utari? Make sure it's
Yes.
a detail out there.
I'm just reading it now.
1 mile away with no difficulty, able to discern even fine details as though looking at something no more than 100 feet away from you. Additionally, dim light doesn't impose disadvantage on your wisdom perception checks.
Cool.
I'll say, yeah. You could probably even the ears aren't necessarily a total giveaway for an elf because they have a different kind of they're like humans with a taller
There's
aspect
clearly no
ratio.
Dragonborn or orcs or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big like
yeah.
that
There definitely no other major species you can see.
The standard
from where
human
you're
is
at.
16 by 9. The average elf is like
yeah,
14 by
Wider.
12. Yeah.
It's like a Sony. It's like a Sony phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah. You don't see any other species or the race. Looks to all be elves from what you can see. And they're all wearing those uniforms you saw like the shore patrol wearing. In various different states, not all of them are wearing like full uniforms. So like a lot of the jackets are off, or they might have boots that are off and they're drying like socks on a fire or something like that.
It's an army at camp.
You know, looks to be.
Well,
Well,
okay. We need to ascertain. The first task of our little trip was to get into that lighthouse. Get details about that. Yeah. And then we need to figure out things about everything in between. Also, someone's knocking on my window. PRB.
I would say that the idea is one very good idea would definitely be either myself or Rivallon going up as a bird and then memorizing the layout of this encampment. That's very good information, especially if we can point out, hey, these are storehouses. This is a muster area. This is this place where this is happening. That sort of stuff. That would be invaluable information.
Nicely volunteered there, Ustinia.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to do that to you, but I could also do it to myself as a trained cartographer or map.
You got
maker.
three. Technically, you got 3 people that can
Yeah.
memorize the layout of the camp. You got 3 people that'll
Yeah.
have that.
But I've got stealth.
But I'll do it to Ustinia.
Mm-hmm.
That works because of his. Let me just. Isaac is gonna sit and ponder for a moment on the best creature to possibly.
I'll
do
say
that for.
it's her landscape. She'll know what's.
Actually, no, it's not. It's Rivallon's. This is
from a
Fair.
desert.
Out of context. Midgeman is looking for the best bird with intelligence.
It's an owl. Clearly an owl.
It's D&D does funny things sometimes. So.
Also, this is tropical, so I don't really think that there's owls out here. At least not.
It's
normally.
not tropical. It's not like I said before. It is a rainforest, but it's like a Pacific Northwest
Temperate
rainforest.
one. Yeah, it's a temperate
Yeah.
one.
It's a temperate rainforest.
So there could be owls around here.
Can we
Yeah.
hear an owl?
It's about that time of night. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But
I don't
also,
think
guys,
we'll-
these elves aren't from here either, so.
Yeah, that's true. They might not know what the local wildlife is like.
It's true. And
I
for
mean,
reference,
don't have
because
the
it's not
bright
on the
pink
map, by
powder.
the way. Yeah. For the reference, because it's not on the map, by the way. If you were, like you said before, trying to stay on the forest or stay on the edge of the forest during your travels,
Yeah, 100%.
it is unbroken all the way to the forest that you see to the right-hand side of the image, next to the big house. Like that, you can get to that point without leaving a forest cover.
Yeah. It's probably best that we stick to the forest cover because
Yeah,
you
an
know.
owl is the best option. 120-foot dark vision. There we go. That's
yeah,
what
owls are great.
But you'll have an intelligence of -4. They only have an
That's
intelligence 2, apparently.
2, yeah.
That's owl.
I wonder if you
Um,
cast tongues on an owl.
No, it'd be
But
speak
they-
with animal. I speak with animals.
Well, no.
because
I'm
it's,
talking about if they were to understand if they were trying to gather information not only on the camp but also on what people were saying inside the camp. If you cast tongues because they have the intelligence, because they remember what they were would they be
Hmm.
able to understand?
Also, would that mean then when the owl says hoot, they would
Well,
the
if you
creatures
if you-
that hear them would
if you
understand?
cast
Because tongues work both ways.
Yeah, if you cast tongues on it first,
Speak then. That's the solution.
if you cast tongues on it first, because it's a willing creature, casting polymorph wouldn't dispel it.
Yeah.
Because
So
like the thing, the thing that I'm worried about.
I'm thinking you could use this as that is a viable strategy to also get like intelligence on.
Oh yeah, it is.
on
But
what
like the
they're
thing I'm worried
talking
about
about.
is that like, since tongues work both ways, as we learned this with Sala, since I cast tongues on her, she can understand us, we can understand her, and that means if we can understand what the owl is saying,
You just
that means
don't
if-
speak as the owl.
Yes, I
Yeah.
actually said that. Just
Yeah.
don't.
that's the thing I'm worried about because you might not realize it because you're too intelligent now all of a sudden.
The standard owl is a -4 to intelligence. Giant owls, however, they're an 8, so they're only a -1.
How large is a giant owl though?
It's a large beast.
They might also hunt it and kill it because it is a large owl.
Yeah, they might go, oh look, that's a giant owl, that's weird.
Oh look,
Let's
there's
feed
giant
it to the
owl. That's
dragons.
weird. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's dinner for the
Okay.
next
Yep.
2
So,
freaking
and-
years.
Right. So are we going to tongues an owl person?
Sure,
We're gonna
why
tongue an
not?
owl. No, you're not going to tongue an owl.
An owl person, okay? At least they can consent, all right?
So,
Looking it
okay,
up, that is true. From what I can tell, from what I can read right now, you wouldn't be able to speak because technically tongues only changes. You have to have a language stat. Owls do not have. Animals do not have a language stat. That is a stat within the game. But tongues allows you to understand. So they wouldn't be able to speak at all. They'd still only they'd be just making animal noises.
Ooh,
But-
ooh, interesting. Giant owls understand Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Okay, at that point, then if a giant owl did speak, then it would speak and they would be understood if they had tongues on it. I'm saying if you polymorph a creature, if you polymorph a person to a creature and cast tongues on it, they would be able to understand any language that they hear, but they wouldn't be able to be understood.
Giant owls have their own language?
Oh,
What?
yeah.
That's so cool.
But that's
Also, ignore those rolls. I'm testing macros.
But that is a viable strategy if you guys were wanting to go with that.
Ignore
Okay.
these rolls.
So what do you-
I'm testing
so-
mine.
Hey, look at that! Look at that!
So,
So-
Isaac turns around. Who wants to become an owl?
Steenie is like,
What?
Okay.
What? You peaked really hard.
I
there.
heard he always
Sorry.
wanted to. I heard he always wanted to fly. That's what
I
I heard.
always wanted to fly.
Yep.
Okay. Sesh, if you get to cast tongues, and then I'll cast polymorph. Lustinia, as soon as polymorph is cast, you have an hour. Be back before then.
Okay, no problem.
Don't get yourself killed, friend, and I'll
Fuck,
cast
because you'll turn
tongues
back
on him.
into Lustinia in the middle of nowhere, possibly the sky.
Just no, you see, it's even funnier if he's like sitting on like a roof and he turns back into a Stinia like he's Batman.
He may take more damage from the fall than he has in the last couple of fights.
It's like-
Yeah, he rages mid-fall, so he takes less damage.
I just imagine the ground is coming. It's just like.
I hate you, ground.
Then
Come
the
on,
ground
ground,
is
if you
like,
think you're
"I'm
hard
sorry
enough."
for hurting you." The ground is just like,
yeah.
"I'm sorry for hurting
He's
you. Please
raging
don't
so
do
much
that."
he bounces.
Yeah. Doom. Skips.
So you cast tongues on Ustenia.
Yeah, I've marked it off on my sheet.
Okay, and then
I'm gonna polymorph him into, like a. Let's go with a. He's gonna become a tawny owl.
Ooh.
Lovely.
Good pay. Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Because owls are cool.
So
all
Lustinia
right.
the owl.
You remember what was said before. You know what's been talked about, so you know you have to go and gather information. You have to go and find things.
Mob can't resist, and she strokes his head and says, "Good luck."
Rivallon can't resist. He goes, moving target!
pew pew
No,
pew.
no, 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 no.
So what does I was about ready to say Ustenia say, but no.
Alstenia, yeah.
Hey, Lamau.
Hey, Lamau.
Stenia.
Yeah. So what? So what is he?
Well,
What does he do?
No title.
Yeah. What does he
Take
do?
way too long.
And
Funny.
that is never going away.
I've got an
like-
idea. Let's go
What's
for Ustinia first.
Yeah.
I've got an idea.
Come on, damn it! Look at fast. What does
Alstenia.
what does the owl? What does Ustenia do?
No, what does Stenia do?
Swear-
Shh. Shh. Thank you. I'm going to take off into the air with no hesitation, and first of all, I'm going to circle the settlement and sort of identify the layout. I'm going to note
Okay.
which buildings people are most regularly coming to and from, and note those buildings specifically. And yeah, so I'm going to get the general layout first, and identify where most of the traffic is going. That's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to spend, let's say, about 20, maybe 30 minutes doing that, because that's probably going to be the one thing that's going to take the longest time to monitor foot traffic.
Right. Okay. You
20, 30
you
minutes
do
is
so.
going to start going, oh, my wings are getting tired.
You got a
Is that
you got a
Man,
fairly
I
good
pulled something.
you got a fairly good idea about where the majority of the individuals in the encampment are located. They're spread out, but there's definitely big clusters here and there. So what else after you give your and you also get a good aerial layout in your head. Yeah.
I'm going to then find a building not necessarily in light, but close enough that I could start listening in on, say, where the work crews are, so I can listen in on the work crew.
Okay. So you like you land near on there's like a post in the the cleared out area. You land on that and just kind of do the normal owl thing. Sitting there, kind of getting a good listen because you're an owl. You have very good ability to hear things because you have to be able to hear mice in the underbrush. So from darkness.
They have the ability keen hearing and sight. They have advantage on wisdom perception checks when they rely on hearing on sight. Also, just as a note, Ustinia, you have the ability flyby. The owl does not provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of an enemy's reach.
Roger that.
All right.
So it's
It's
a
fast.
Roger Dodger. It's a Roger Dodger.
Roger,
no.
Roger.
So you spend how long do you spend there?
Let's say 10 minutes listening
10
in
minutes?
on the work.
So you'll be at a half hour at this point. You'll have used half of your okay. So you settle and you kind of hone in and start listening. And for a bit, it's mostly just the sound of work, and these individuals getting lumber kind of together. It looks like it's like a balloon frame kind of structure they're getting together. So they're getting all the frames together and putting it together and nailing. But you do start picking up little tidbits of conversations between a few. One individual who looks they both look to be lower ranked. They're wearing part of their uniforms, but they're like open in the collar, or it's a little bit scruffier. They're not wearing hats, and they're just kind of working, and they've got gloves on. It's like some pioneer tools. But one of them mentions to the other one, when do you think we'll see the rest of the battalion get here? No idea. If they're lucky, they got assigned somewhere else. A couple minutes later, somebody who looks like maybe a senior to them comes around and starts rousing them to work a bit quicker. Come on, you lazy sods. The quicker we get this up, the quicker we can get inside those shacks and get out of those tents. That's about all you get in the time that you spend there. Just pretty not a lot of talking between each other. A lot of working, especially after the senior trooper comes by and gets them working harder.
Roger that.
Okay.
I'm next
Got a half hour.
gonna go over towards the lighthouse and check that out.
Okay. You head towards the lighthouse. Doesn't take you long to get there. You're an owl.
You have a fly speed of 60 foot. It's great. That's
Yeah.
super far.
Owls are great.
Yeah.
Even
On the other
picture
side of the
that Mikey's
settlement,
put on
far,
Discord.
yeah, far out on a small peninsula is a large and tall lighthouse. Leading up to it is it looks like a newly built stone path. It looks to be a standard lighthouse from the outside, from what you can see, made out of white stone bricks that don't look like they have been locally sourced. from what you
Okay,
can
so it's
see.
new.
Very new. Very new. You can. It's like even the exterior around the bottom of it is still bare of grass from when they were building it. By the looks of it. On the top is a standard topper to a lighthouse made of iron. When you get near it and you land on a little railing on the outside, you can see on the inside there is a rotating magical light in the center that is blocked on two sides by two semicircular iron sheets that block the light from two directions, but allow beams of white light to go out at either side as it slowly rotates. And you can see what looks to be like maybe a staircase leading up to that little like top of the house that goes down into the stone.
Robert
That's
Pattinson or Willem Dafoe
Okay.
around.
But that's what
Okay.
you see from the top.
So it's a magically operated lighthouse rather than a traditional lighthouse. It's pretty new. Okay, I'd like to descend down and see if I can hear anyone inside, maybe by any windows or above a door or anything like that. See if I can listen in on if there's anyone about.
There's one door that enters to the interior. It is not guarded and it is closed when you go to it, and you like land, and then it do like a little bird like hop closer, and then you don't hear anything on the inside.
Okay. Well, there's nothing more I can get. I can't really get access into the building without really giving the game up. No, that's good information to begin with. It's not guarded. Okay, I'm gonna head back towards where the main building on the top right is. I'm gonna head over that way and see if I can see if there's anyone there.
Okay, that more
listening on them.
stately.
Yeah.
The more stately building. Okay, it looks like it could be like if it looked like the rest of the buildings, it would be like a mayor's house or like a governor's house or something. But this is definitely not of the same make as the rest of the settlement.
Okay.
But you do a little circle of it, and although it's not represented on the map, there's like hedges on the exterior that block the line of sight of a lot of the bottom floor. They look to be freshly planted. The exterior of the building hasn't even been whitewashed or any type of paint applied to it. It's just mostly bare timbers, but finely carved. When you circle, you do see light coming out of one of the windows, and you can also see the windowsill is open, and there is there are bushes around there that are a little bit further, like not necessarily right flush with the window, but like, you know, kind of blocking the exterior to the gloom, so it just looks out, you know. But there is light pouring out as if there's somebody, or it is like currently occupied, and the windowsill is open.
Yeah, I'm gonna go investigate that.
Okay, you land like not close, but close enough so that you can kind of like hear I'm assuming, instead of getting like in the eye
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. On the when you land, there is like some shadows being emitted from what you can guess and from what you can hear to be maybe 2 individuals inside of this room. And you kind of come in mid-conversation as you hear like rustling, and a kind of a younger voice you catch. Colonel, if it would be better for you, I could do this later. No. Give me a minute. I'm just trying to find something. Just keep going. As stated, Corporal Perkins would like to get together a hunting party for the morning. Food stores being as they are, men are starting to complain. Hunting party? Yes, if possible. They have sighted feral boar on the interior as well as deer. They believe, along with Sergeant Fulcrith, that they can get a substantial number of animals before they return, and share it around, for at least, especially for the kitchens. That sounds agreeable. I'll give them 3 days, get everything worked out, and we'll see if they catch anything. 3 days, sir? Yes. I'm assuming it'll only take them 2. The sharpshooters are going to want to show off to the rest of the men. A little chuckle between the 2 of them. Is our new guest set up currently? And the younger voice answers. Yes, we have her set up in a vacated cabin in the interior of the settlement. She say anything more after her debrief? Nothing much, sir. Mostly just would like to get back to her unit. Damned thing. I put in a request to have her commander put in for a inquiry to see if anything can be done. Though I doubt it. Vulrid's got a lot of connections. As you say, sir. And you see like shifting shadows from the interior as they talk. Like the sounds of a spring kind of giving, and you like it's like somebody settling into a chair. Is there anything else? Not much, sir. Nothing outstanding. Same old. Do we have any word on whether or not the rest of the battalion will be arriving, or when the rest of your staff will be arriving? I sent in a message yesterday. We'll see when the reply gets here. Though I doubt it. I believe the rest of your unit's been sequestered to the reclamation fleet. I wouldn't expect them to be here anytime soon, though we can keep making a stink about it. Of course, sir. Sorry to have to use your men like this. If I had more staff for endurance, then I would be using them instead of having to press gang your boys. It's fine, sir. We don't have much to do anyways. Not much of a fort right now. Isn't that the truth? Ah, here it is. And you hear shuffling of glass. Knew I found this somewhere. Pouring of liquid. All right. I think I can get on with the rest of the morning now. Here, take this. Take this, Major. You hear shuffling. Takes it. And as you hear the voices slowly slowly getting quieter, as if they're going down a hallway. You can hear them say, "The best, a 69. I brought it in my personal luggage." As they go away, the light's still on. The window is still open.
Nice.
He's drinking VAT 69. Sorry, hang on. Is that meant to be a Band of Brothers reference?
I just said 69. I didn't say VAT. I didn't say VAT 69.
No, but he kept it in a footlocker.
Very nice though. It's a very nice vintage.
Very good. How much time do I have left after exploring the lighthouse and listening on?
Oh, you got about 15 minutes, from which you can.
I'm going to fly up to the window ledge and have a peek inside.
Okay. You fly up to the window ledge and you look inside. This looks to be an office of some sort. There is a small bookshelf on one side of the wall. It's a moderately sized room. A door's half open, with some light pouring in from the hallway. See a desk, a globe sitting on the desk, a couple of maps on one wall. Looks like the big one is a map of the island itself, with some sketched possible plans of some sort. It looks like a wall to be made along one end, and some buildings that aren't currently there from your recollection, that are possibly they're wanting to build, and with a scrawled wording that you can't understand, in the same text that these individuals seem to use. You can see on the desk there are a bundle of papers that are kind of just like haphazardly placed on there. Some look official, others look maybe personal, but they're all on that wording that you can't read. But there's like maybe 3 or 4 pages of parchment on the table that have no, they may be something, they may not be something. You can't read them. But they, like, one of them's got like an official stamp on it. The other one looks to have like even one looks to be like a map of some sort attached to another piece of paper. So what do you do?
I'm gonna take a risk here.
Okay.
I want to get into the room and use my owl powers of hunting to grab as many of the parchments off the desk and then fly back out through the window and back to the party.
The space book says this is
Grab
bad.
them and
I
go.
will skin you. Well,
the
good thing I
space book-
can't read.
The Facebook said this is bad. All right.
Well, good thing I can read.
All right.
They're more like guidelines.
The Codex Astartes does not support this action. Shut up, Leandros.
Shut up, Leandros.
So you're using owl talons as a hole punch.
I'm
All right.
grabbing.
I need
parchment.
you. Midge, what is the dexterity modifier for an owl?
+2.
Yeah.
+2. Okay.
There you go. I was
Better
right.
dex than Isaac.
I need
Hey,
you.
let me put it this way, right? That
Are
owl
you
is
trying to do
3 times
this-
more dexterous than I am.
Are you trying to do this quietly, or are you trying to just get in and out?
Get in and out.
Breaking an
All
entry.
right.
B&E.
Then I will just. Then I won't make you roll a disadvantage. I won't make you roll at disadvantage. Then you're just gonna roll a dexterity check, and we're gonna see how many of these papers you get.
For people on
Okay,
my
you
live-
have to
watching my
know
live
that
stream,
this is-
what we are believing Estonia is doing right now.
Yeah.
It's basically this. This is what's
Okay,
happening.
you're gonna.
Estonia is doing this.
So.
I'll wait for it to come up.
Oh, it's
Okay,
coming.
here we go. I'm adding another one to my dex check. I hope with this it works because it's a plus.
Okay.
Oh, 14.
Pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad. It's a good roll.
Not bad. Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay. All right. Just want to check. It is not. It was not a hard DC. Okay. All right. You get in and out, like you swoop in, and like you take a half second on the desk as you kind of like do like a sprawled leg thing, and you just like grasp in your talons, and you like the crinkle of parchment, and then this is like a little like hover thing to get back out. Because you don't have a lead up to get out. You kind of just have to like kind of.
Yeah, I love the idea that this colonel is going to come back and his desk is just covered in feathers, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
And an owl
That was
poo, just
bad.
right in the middle.
But
That was
you have about you have it looks to be 4 pieces of paper in your talons right now.
none.
Yep. What do you do? Are you gonna
I
keep
start-
going?
I start
Heading
heading
back?
back to the party.
It does not take you long and when it doesn't take you long, and you find
hold my
where
arm
your
up.
friends are, and you can't. You have to now. You have a dilemma. You can't necessarily land with both your talons with paper in it.
Mog
So how
says
are you?
walk
Are you?
Oh, I
tally.
see this. I see this.
So-
Hold hands up.
Yeah, hold hands
Yeah,
up. Jump,
yeah,
Owl,
then hold
I don't,
arm up.
Midge. I don't know if you understand. Owls don't hover.
Yeah, owls can't hover. That's like a very specific thing for certain
That's like a
birds.
Just
hummingbird.
dive
Hummingbirds
bomb.
hover.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dive bomb. I can get close to the ground.
That's
and
true.
then drop
That's
them.
true.
Yeah.
And it'll drop.
So
Okay.
you shouldn't scared that much.
All
So,
right.
yeah,
I'll say
I'm gonna
this.
dive bomb into the party and just drop the letters
Yeah.
on.
I'm
Ah,
not
shit.
gonna push you. Yeah, I'm not gonna push you to like make checks for this and everything. Okay, you get there, and now Stenia's back to you, to you, because you have to take damage or they have to stop concentrating, right? Or can they? Does
You
the
can just
caster
turn it
have?
off. You can just
Does
turn
the
it off.
caster or is it the person that's polymorphed
I
have
have
to
to.
say? You
Yeah.
have to. Okay.
Mage has to turn
So-
it off.
So Utara.
Or he
so,
has to try and resist it and make the saving throw, essentially.
So Ustenia's back. There's like a little bundle of papers on the ground.
picks
You've
them
been
up.
here an hour.
Good
So
job,
what
Ustinia.
time is it?
At this point, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. You have
Been here for
about
3 hours.
What?
Two,
How long is
three.
it until daylight?
You have about 3.5 hours before dawn starts, and proper day starts in 4 hours.
Good
You
job,
got like a
Ustinia.
twilight period of half an hour.
Ustinia, once he's given us the things, I'll turn him back into Ustinia.
Okay.
rather than Ustinia.
All right, so I do have these on fantasy grounds, but because this is like these are papers and everything, I'm just gonna put these in the Discord chat.
Right.
But I'm going to give all of you guys the ones that you get, and Maud gets the actual ones that she can read, because I remembered. So
Gets the
I
ones
made,
in
I made
English.
2 for each. So
Man, you're a smart DM, Roach. I'll say that.
yeah.
So,
I
Ustinia,
have
what,
to say that
what,
that
what
is-
did you see?
I have to say, Ustinia was rather successful there.
Yeah.
He was incredibly.
I'm gonna get Ustinia aside while those three look at the papers or kind of.
All right,
decide
I'm
what's
gonna
in the
have
papers.
him-
Me.
I'm gonna have him
No.
get out his cartography tools. Like,
Yeah, they're already out. That entire time I was like doing as much of a map as I could from where I am. So now
Okay.
it's like we're gonna confer and complete
Yeah.
a map.
complete the map. So we're gonna get the layout, the map, and I'm gonna let him know the general amount of numbers and groups that I kind of was able to tell from my position.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go list by list. So at the work area, they mentioned another battalion. So we may be dealing with a battalion of troops, and another one might be on the way, or they may be doing another mission.
I'm
Number
assuming
two,
we don't know how many are in the battalion, right? That's not.
we
the
don't
word that
know
means
how
anything.
many. We don't know exactly how many. Number two,
I'm sure Utari actually does, but
Well, like I mean, in character. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, I know.
Number two, the lighthouse is just is a new construction, and it has a magically operated beacon. There were no guards, and it's currently locked, so I wasn't able to get into it. But there are no guards, and it has a brand new stone path leading up to it. So this is new. Number three, overhearing the conversation with the colonel, they're looking to do hunting patrols because they're running out. They're running lower on food stocks.
Interesting.
They're constructing a fort. It's not. They describe that this isn't a fort yet, but the work crews are talking about building shacks so they could get out of tents. And saying it's not a fort yet says that's what they're doing here. They're building a fort. So this is going to be a military base. If it is the case that there's supposed to be 2 battalions involved with one to come along, they're actually an understrength battalion because he mentioned the rest of the battalion needs to arrive. Although there are some men that are on another mission called the Reclaiming,
Reclamation fleet.
the Reclamation Fleet, so they may also be waylaid up in that. They are understrength and also understaffed because they mentioned about not having quite the amount of staff members that they required for this unit. And yeah, I managed to grab those papers as well. There was also
which-
Still
discussion
getting
of
up
yeah. There was also discussion of a new guest who's currently set up in a cabin. I don't know if this person is being treated as a friendly or as a prisoner.
You did mention
Um,
Volrend, who is
Yeah,
the
so it's
commander
Salah.
that we fought earlier.
They
so it's
mentioned
Salah.
they mentioned Vorund and having an investigation, but Vorund has contacts. So Vorund obviously is a much more influential person compared to this colonel. That's who's in charge at the minute, is a colonel. And the guest, they said about they've given her a debriefing and she just requested to be returned to her unit. So that might be our elf friend.
Yeah, that's definitely Sala. No.
Yes. So basically, I think that's everything covered.
Yeah, that seems like everything.
They'll be sending out hunting parties, which they expect to be away for between 2 and 3 days. Possible ambush target. And they're going to be looking at sending them out in the morning.
We're not going to have time for that.
No idea on what numbers they are, but they'll be mostly sharpshooters.
Roach, you mentioned it took us how long to get here? An hour, 2?
about an hour or two.
Yeah, so
you could probably get by. You could probably get back quicker now that you know a way through. Like that was you kind of pathfinding through their trailblazing. Remember, you can delay the ship up to I think what was the max?
12 hours.
We
can be
asked
on
for
the
12
island.
hours.
12 hours.
Yeah, so we have
Anything
9
more
more
is too
hours left
much.
maximum. Yeah, we have 9 more hours left maximum. Then, since we've already been here, we took 2 hours to travel and an hour for Ustini to do all this stuff. You mentioned that daylight won't actually come for another 4 hours. So that means even if we waited that long, we would only have 5 more hours to do anything else.
Ustinia, the place where you got these papers, as Mog's reading them, because obviously
They'll get there eventually.
They'll get there.
Yeah.
Is there
I had to put them on
anything
Dropbox.
more
They're too
like
big.
this in that place, and is it worth a couple of us going down there to have a bit more of a detailed look?
There was a large
Ourselves.
map. There was a large map on the wall. I couldn't understand the text, but it was like larger map put up on wall. I mean, this place was like the important man's office. That was his workplace. So there probably is a lot more. I just grabbed what I could and got out, you know. But certainly there was a lot of paperwork there and other bits. So it's kind of risky. That's their main place, you know, so it would be guarded. But if you wanted to go in there, you definitely find lots more stuff. But again, my recommendation is we were supposed to investigate the lighthouse. Well, it's unguarded, as far as I saw at the time, so that's a possible option. And it's away from rest of settlement, so you could probably like look to sneak in from forest further south. But that path is new, so you might need to be careful of that. But it is option. But as far as I could see, just regular lighthouse with magical beacon.
Can anyone
But
unlock the door?
that's about all I saw.
Yeah, I'm going to lock a door.
Did I get a rough estimate of the men that I could
Hang
see
it?
out at
No.
that time?
I can bust it open. It'll be unlocked.
Make an
I've got
intelligence check,
thieves' tools.
Ustenia, because if you wanted to guesstimate.
Oh,
on the-
well,
Nice.
Natural 20.
From what you saw there's more than 100. There's more than 100 individuals that you saw.
So, target-rich environment then.
There was at least 100 men, but that's all that was awake at the time, you know, for the work
Oh, no,
crews.
with a natural 20. I'm saying like you saw people like in their tent. Like by the way, they're elves, so they don't sleep. So,
okay.
Yeah. So
They might be having break and things like that, you know.
Yeah, well, they'd be doing like a trance or something like that, but they're not laying down. But you all grand total like things you saw. There's 100 people or
Okay.
100 plus people you saw that were like out and like visible. That
Okay,
you saw. You have
so
a good look.
We haven't
With that.
heard any dragons, have we?
Yeah, so there's about 100 people. I didn't see no dragons at this time. No, I didn't notice any. Not to say that there
Well-
couldn't have been, but yeah. So they have fairly sizable force here, with more to come.
With what you've been saying, though, considering that the
All right, this is the common, or this is the elven, or like the old elvish clues. So you've got those now on there. If you wanted to take a look at that, people.
The
who can't
oldie
read it.
elvish.
Yeah,
The
essentially.
from the clues that you context clues that we got from some of the things that you've now relayed to us, Ustinia, it seems that this is an outpost of sorts being created, and it sounds like this is a garrison force with another force here, some of whom might be now in a different mission for this reclamation fleet. I don't think that, from what you've heard, at least, that this is going to be a major staging area, more like a midway point, maybe for supply or something. They're fortifying it for some reason, but it doesn't sound like there's plans for a lot of troops to be here. It feels like a garrison more than anything.
Well,
Yeah.
Salah did mention that the whole thing was taking out the successor kingdoms. That was the reclamation.
Exactly, and then a garrison wouldn't. They wouldn't necessarily have dragon riders. That seemed like a specialist unit.
That seemed very akin to the Thanes. You wouldn't usually see those guys out and about.
It's taking a long time for Mog to charge her reading of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like
It's
DM
it's
hasn't
warming
sent
up.
it through yet.
She's trying to like spark a match. She's just not working properly. Come on,
It's a lighter
Good.
on low fuel, like.
Excellent work, though,
Sesh
Ustinia.
get her like a very low light reading pebble.
Yeah, yes.
Well, you could just hold a pebble really tightly that has light cast on, and just kind of like do like a little.
Little,
Well, you can
little
just-
laser
you can-
beam.
little...
You can set the light of a light spell, cantrip.
Yeah.
You can make it.
No, I guess yeah, you can. Yeah.
I just make
So-
it dim, and it's
You
just
can't
like,
turn
"Oh."
it red though.
Nope.
So that would be cool.
Yes, you can.
Oh, can you? Can you?
Yeah, you
change
can
the
set
color?
all the. You can set
Yeah,
everything
you
on
can.
it.
Color.
that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you can make a dim red stone for night vision, so you could actually
Yeah.
like read things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd also help if the DM had actually sent through the translated version of the text.
I'm uploading it. It's
It's
gotta go to
working.
Dropbox
It's
because
working.
I can't put it onto.
Listen,
I can't put
right?
It on.
Roach's internet is currently attached to a lawnmower outside.
I'm
okay?
also hosting this game. On
Yeah.
this-
What? What
All I'm
do
hearing
we
is
need?
excuses.
More,
I don't know. Why? How come you can't read
What?
Elvish?
what more
No, it's Old
information
Elvish.
do we need? What
Um,
more information do we need?
What's in the lighthouse?
let me find the mission brief. Hang on.
I've got
Also,
the mission tree, but
I expect Mog to read this out loud. The effort I'm putting into into getting
Mog
this
will read
uploaded.
it out loud.
Alright, Rival will have to lead because Mog will read it like an orc.
No, she
We
won't.
just have to
It'll be
infiltrate,
fine.
collect info, get out safe.
Don't let anyone
Find
know
out
you're there.
why the lighthouse has been built. That's
Navigate ships in
If we can
for
also
Navigation,
cause the
yes.
mist, we assume that the mist is coming from the lighthouse as well, don't we? The fog.
We have no evidence of that.
We
But
have no
there
evidence,
is
but
certainly
it's an
magic-based
assumption.
things going on with the lighthouse, so it's worth investigating the lighthouse further.
I have another idea of how to get to the lighthouse quick.
Is
Alright.
it swimming?
No. I'll turn into a giant black bird and drop Rivallon off at the top.
I like it. Heather dropping him in.
You got the stones for a halo drum.
It's not the black helicopter.
Fucking-
It's the black.
Fucking stealth hawk him up there.
Yeah. Just-
We'll call it the Blackbird.
oh hell yeah!
I'm gonna black.
Someone get me
I'll
some white
black
paint. We'll paint on the side SR71.
and then I'll stay at the top. Well, I can choose what the animal looks like, so I can
Right,
put
it's
that
a-
in the feathers.
This is like Metal Gear or something. It's like the colonel just turning around and saying, "Snake, we're going to insert you by Blackbird method. You'll helo
Rivallon.
drop onto the top of the lighthouse."
You're gonna be It's gonna be on-site procurement.
Yeah, and when I
On-site
die, it's
procurement.
Rivallon! Rivallon! Rivallon!
Dun, 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 dun.
But yeah, I could get him to the top. Wait on the top of the. I could then circling motion, and then when he gets back, he signals me down. I come back, pick him up, and we get out.
Was that a flare?
The
You know
Under
what?
one actual.
Yes,
I mean,
because what the
it-
actual hell?
But think about it. We are going in at night. It will be like
Less than a
so
minute,
much,
guys. The
so
clues will
much
be ready.
easier than walk. It'll be so much quicker than walking. It'll be far less a profile. People aren't going to be exactly looking up all the time.
That's a good point.
It's
People
the
don't tend
easiest
to
way
look up. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
especially
Mitch
if
gets to be a
it's an
fucking
owl.
good bird.
No, but,
Yeah.
but that's the whole thing. Owls are night hunters. They fly pretty silently. Like it's an
Yes,
owl. It's like
this is true. Owls are genuinely built for stealth
Uh-oh.
with their
Mhm.
wing. They're
No,
very,
no.
very quiet.
He's
Then
trying
keep
to
that up.
increase his bandwidth.
Okay.
My
By
upload.
removing his camera.
Yep.
oh no, honestly, Discord
Oh,
camera
actually-
reading is such a.
Midge is now at the top of my screen.
Yeah, it'll
Mitch
come,
is now
it'll
the
come back
DM.
once I
Midge
bring
is
it back.
gone! Midge is gone!
Prioritizes.
Mitch just like has the god rays on behind him, just
Because
RTX
it's
is enabled.
the order that the
But
It
also-
prioritizes cameras over
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
others. Yeah.
Yeah.
It but
thanks,
with,
Roach. You've screwed up my cameras now.
Wait, give
With-
it, it's 30 seconds.
with
30
with
seconds.
with Rivallon and Rivallon alone going in,
Mm-hmm.
it lessens our profile as well as a group in terms of
Very true.
he's our best stealther.
And if he gets
By a
captured,
million miles.
we can
Oh
deny
no,
all
I'm
info.
going to do my stealth thing, but I'm also going to give myself pass without a trace as well, so that gives me plus 10.
Well, I mean, you
Sure,
can do
well,
that while
I
I'm.
did it.
You can do that while I'm the bird as well.
You can, yeah.
So Rivallon has a bow, which is pretty silent. Just thwack,
Plus,
thwack.
giant owls have a +4 to stealth, which
There
is
you
more
go.
than I'll
Okay,
ever have.
Plus 14!
Actually, I think Isaac has really good stealth. To be fair, I think I do have a +5 now because of our proficiency bonus went up. But
If we-
yeah, like. Oh no, I don't. That's a different character I'm thinking of. Nope, I have only a +1. So yeah, it's.
Here you go, Red.
It'll be a,
Hey!
I mean, it's better than my -1.
Meow.
so well, yeah, but with
Now
plus
Red
without
can
attrition,
go
we have
over.
+14.
Now
Yeah.
Mog can go over and actually explain what you received in your.
Okay.
Okay,
Intelligence
read it
check.
out to us.
What do you want? What do you want first? Because there's 4 documents.
We'll go in order of documents. So, number 1 is the map. So, if you go on the map.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to show the map to the audience?
I will show the map to the audience because I'm nice like that.
Hold on, I'm gonna fuck up my cameras for a moment just to pop them out so I can open my Discord.
Woo! There you go, everybody who's watching on my stream.
So, the map is just names. It's sort of. It looks like just names to me. So, it's the
Let's-
areas of the fort.
Okay, so why don't we go like color coordinated so we can say
Yeah. So, the amber part near the. Actually, do you want to compare it to the main map if you can?
not right now.
Okay.
Stick to this.
Okay. So the amber
In a
part is Ollimalin.
That would be the mouth of the river. Because
Yeah.
the blue line is the bridge.
Blue line is the bridge, which is Pont de Nikica. Nitika?
Mhm.
Yeah. And then underneath that it says Veriton.
So that's Ponikita, that's Veriton, and that's Oli.
And then the group of 4 green blocks is Folen. Folen. The block of 7 green blocks at the top is Namis. Then
Mitch, you're ASMRing right now.
Sorry.
down the bottom is Elmar. And then the blue writing to the right is Balra. And then it's Kalon. In the other amber part.
Okay.
So if we compare this to the big map,
Oh, that's the bridge.
that's clearly the bridge. So this is clearly going to be parts of the fort. Now, unfortunately, Mog can just see the. It looks like it's named because otherwise she would have some understanding of it. That's how I understand the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the parts of the fort they are naming.
It looks like from like the map thing, you've got this kind of wall around the Oli Malin. I think that's probably the.
Roach, can you
actual
turn your
fort.
webcam back on now? Yeah.
I got it. Sorry, I forgot.
So I would say that would probably be the fort itself. You know, it's defended. It's got walls around it.
So that's where the lighthouse is as well.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
No, this is the mouth of the river. The blue line that goes across the water. That's the bridge.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to compare this to the other map then. Okay, so this is far.
Where the training ground is.
That hasn't got the same sort of headland though.
No, it hasn't.
This isn't.
No, it hasn't.
This
isn't
isn't,
here.
comparable.
To point of fact, by the way, this paper that you're looking at right now, this like map, is attached to another piece of paper.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the other
That's
piece
clue.
of paper.
That's clue 2.
That's clue 2.
Right. Okay, reading this.
Boop.
Oh, I love the writing. Okay. Colonel Firable, my dearest friend, I hope this letter finds you safe. From what I have heard of late, it seems you will be taking part in the Reclamation's first wave. I am unsure if this is a positive turn of events. I suppose that is up to the purview of the All-Mother herself and her glorious wisdom. Recently I have been studying the campaigns of General Oya Varrican during the Unity Wars, most closely the campaign alongside the lower banks of the Red Vine. These actions seem to have much relevance to our current endeavour. I cannot help but be uplifted when I see how well they came to end for General Varrican chose hundreds of years past.
That's Veritan. It's the name of one of the areas on the map.
That's true.
So it's not an area. That's a person. They're units.
No, they. I think it's a historical document of what they did for their fort.
Yeah, I think it's a historical reclamation.
Yeah.
Of that
If
fort.
you happen to be in possession of a copy of
those actions,
I would post you the Battle of Elimnian. I am in fact this moment looking at a map of the action before the
battle started proper.
I
think it is perfectly helps to illustrate our current reclamation. You see, Veritan knew he could not cross the Red Vine under enemy fire, so he used a much smaller force under Colonel Bolra to burn and sack
their forces,
settlements, and make himself as much of a nuisance as possible, thereby drawing the Aranus forces back from the banks of the river. This gave Veritan the perfect opportunity to cross the wide river and form a large force to destroy Neris's force in the detail the next day. I truly hope...
God!
I'm talking here.
Sorry, it's clicked though.
I do truly hope this general strategy works as well for us in our noble struggle as it did for Veritan in his. Your friend, Colonel Finless.
Okay, Midge, go
Roach.
better.
Roach.
Okay.
Let me go less meta first. Roach, looking at this map, I may not be able to read it, but does it remind me of Alhut?
No, not particularly.
I thought
No.
they were
No.
attacking Alhut.
So this is a military map diagramming like a battle plan. The square shapes are units, and the disruption action is what the Dragon Riders have been doing on the main continent. The river is the same as the sea. It's all a metaphor
Yes.
for all of that.
Yes. I see what you're going with now. Yep. I'll get it.
So
Okay.
it's a distraction action on the veritable continent rather than the smaller scale, just enlarged, to distract while the rest of the troops move over. We've already had mention of a reclamation fleet. There's going to be a fleet coming whilst everything's being
too
destroyed.
far forward on that. Try taking a step back. It's not the Dragon Riders that are the distraction. It's these guys that are the distraction.
Yeah, because the Dragon Riders
are
didn't
working
haven't so.
outside of the thing. We already know that because what's his face
Yeah.
has got so much pull.
Yeah. they've also sort of already kind of sowed some dissent, not a lot, but some. They need to sow a lot more for it to be a lot more effective than what it is. So
These guys
I
being
think
set
I think
up-
you're thinking the right way. I just think you're a little too far ahead in your phases of plan there.
This is some Tom Clancy shit.
Well,
Roach, have you been reading Tom Clancy?
Well, they're already having an effect.
Hey,
Why are we here?
This is for you. This is for you. But
Because we've been sent to find out what they're doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we kind of know a little bit.
still have 2 more pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Let's take a look
so,
at those other pieces of paper, shall we?
So go to clue 3, everyone.
Yep.
It's the one
Yes,
with the
teacher.
seal at the bottom.
You should be able to read this one a bit
Yeah.
better, shouldn't you?
2. Central Command Authority from Colonel Garvin Findler's Fort Endurance commanding. So this place is called Fort Endurance.
No. It's from
Yes.
him. That's from Finless. Fort Endurance. This isn't
Yeah.
Finless here, is it?
I think it is.
We think
Well-
it is.
That letter came from Finless.
Yeah.
Colonel
So
Firrell.
So he might have been writing this to someone though, because he's looking at the map. He wasn't. We'll
Also,
figure
does
it
anyone
out.
else notice how the symbol in the bottom right corner is 3 crescents again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but different.
but different. As per my previous report to Central Command, Fort Endurance, such as it is still critically understaffed to the point that I am forced to use the guard force as a labour unit to build out the fort as per my standing orders. So it is him. I again request that my command's numbers be bolstered with not only more staff but a unit of field engineers to help with the construction of this critical installation. If these reinforcements do not arrive, I am currently unsure if this fort will be able to support the reclamation in the near future. Further,
Near
it's come to
future.
my... Pardon?
Near future.
Near future.
Near future. Further, it has come to my attention that the commander of the 3rd Company with the Draco Outriders...
That's 10th. Sorry, it's the font. It's the font.
It's
It's
10th.
10th.
It's
Draco
10th
Riders.
Company, Draco Outriders,
Commander.
Colonel Volrid Olrun has endangered
Yeah, I was gonna say-
endangered the security of reclamation with the negligent, foolhardy and reckless behaviour of his. Not only was he discovered by local paramilitary forces of the continent, in the ensuing
We're paramilitary.
In the ensuing
Well-
battle, one of his own unit members was captured and held by the previously mentioned local force. It was only through these soldiers' own ingenuity and cunning that she was able to escape and reach my command. The little liar!
No, she's not lying.
Technically.
She gave us what
Technically.
she gave us what we wanted to hear, and that got her out of there. That's the smart thing to do.
No, that's what she's telling them.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
half
also
truth all
true.
around.
Also true. Yes.
What would it look like if she would turn around and said, "They let me go"?
Yeah, that's also a
She'd be
bad
killed
sight
on
because
sight.
then
She'd be
you look
killed on
like
sight as a traitor.
yeah, you look like you've given them even before you mention anything else. You've probably given them information. So
This soldier, a Lieutenant Salah Fermor, is willing to go on record that Commander Ulrun put the entire invasion in danger with his actions. I request that both these points be addressed as soon as possible by central authority.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
It's clear that the chain of command is being disrupted by what's his face.
Volrend, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Or this is someone else power grabbing because Volron's doing well.
I mean, both could be true.
Exactly.
Wow, this is a list of things.
This is
An
their
inventory
stores.
list?
Yeah.
We've got a list
Oh.
of stores.
Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, that looks like an inventory list.
Oh, it's such a big inventory. Scroll across to the left, John.
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not reading all the list.
I will.
Thanks.
As per the
I'll
Colonel-
read the important bit.
I will do. As per the Colonel's request, full inventory of all supplies has been taken. Along with the listed inventory, there is also a list of requested items for the fort's next resupply. foodstuffs is 781 kilograms of wheat flour, 102 kilograms of smoked meat, various, 492 kilograms of salt pork, 802 kilograms of beans, that should have been much higher in the list, 291 kilograms of ship's biscuits.
Oh no.
Oh yeah! 972 kilograms of grain, various. 705 canned fruit, various. 300 canned vegetables. 1,241 ration pack individuals.
I'll do the ordnance.
Okay, then we've got ordnance.
Ordnance. 3,000 rounds of ammunition, estimated loose. 400 kilograms of black powder. 30 kilograms of load package paper waxed. 2,000 pre-packaged musket loads, 970 spare musket needles, 130 used musket needles in need of refurbishment, 300 number 3 land pattern steel switch muskets,
Though not counting those that are currently issued.
300 number 2 pattern infantry bayonets.
General supply, we've got 100 sets of pioneer tools, 200 bolts of uniform cloth, 200 single-man tents, 50 sets of carpenter tools, 187 kilograms of is that lime oil? Lime oil?
It's
lamp
oil.
Oil.
Lamp
110 kilograms of nails, 200 spare uniforms, foul weather, 90 kilograms of oilcloth, 98 pairs of spare infantry boots. Large amount of personal items and gear is also on the island and unaccounted for, as well as a number of items currently being used or that have been lost since landfall. Oh, someone's got a side business. If the goal of this fort is to potentially house a large amount of forces from the reclamation fleet in the near future, then our current stocks are insufficient. We must triple our current stocks of stored foodstuffs as well as general supplies and ordnance stocks if we are to have any hope of keeping even a portion of the fleet
Housed here.
Yeah, sorry. On top of this, I must point out that we have long-term morale up. Even our current garrison cannot be guaranteed if we are not begin moving our supplies from the old huts and homes of the settlement to the new storehouses and move our boys out of the rain and into the buildings. For Endurance Quartermaster Samuel Faltin.
Okay, so how many muskets did you say were unissued?
300.
300.
We need to grab one of those.
Yep, agreed. As well as the spare
yeah.
uniform.
Well, even if you can't get the uniform, the musket's good enough because we need to bring that back. That's a good piece of tech to bring back. Two?
Yes.
Well, I'll
Why
say,
Rivallon wants
I
one.
say
We-
we go ahead and
We're
Go on
at
break.
break. Yeah.
we're at
Yeah.
break exactly.
Rivallon wants one.
So yeah, we'll be back after our normal 5 to 10 minute break. Mull that over, and we'll see you very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to
Hey,
send
babe.
you the links, guys. The ones that Roach sent me. Just so you can read it yourselves.
All right, we're back.
Cool, lovely. So,
Sesh will tie up the rope around Isaac
So-
when he wants him to.
well, yeah, we need to make sure Rivallon's ready. Is there anything? I've given the bag of holding to Rivallon as well.
I have a bag of holding. Apparently.
Yeah.
Just for
Don't we have two of those?
Um,
Actually,
No, you only have one. No, I'm not giving
No,
you two.
okay. I thought that we had the
Aw,
second
why
one at some
not?
point.
Destroy the universe with two of those.
Where's the sending
Yeah,
station?
just black
Where's
hole
Is there
forms.
anything else that we need? Right. So, what's the priorities for Rivallon's mission?
Musket from the village is first objective. Second objective is get all the
Two-
intel you can out of the
Two
lighthouse.
muskets.
That's it.
Keep
Well, if
telling
you want to get a second musket, you can get a second musket.
We're
Sesh
going
is
to
like
the
get one.
lighthouse first. So
No,
he's not going to do anything to.
Because
Okay.
it'll be in the village. So
Okay.
that
so
way you
I'm
don't need to
drop-
fly through and then
So
back again.
I'm quickly heli dropping you. So we're gonna skirt south, looking at the map.
Well, where
So the
is
pub-
a storage place?
Yeah. Ustinia, where on this map would you think is most likely that there is a storage place?
Yes.
Oh, I would know this, wouldn't I? Because you got the
Yeah.
work camps. I never actually specifically identified with you, Roach, but I did note these areas. Is it?
Yeah,
North River?
From
'Cause
from what you remember while you were in flight and observing,
There.
the many various buildings stored supplies, and from what you read in the various clues that you received, it seems right now the big buildings that they're constructing are the storehouses. But since they do not have that, to keep the supplies dry, they're holding them in the former homes of the settlement. So there are supplies spread across
Where I
many
put a
buildings.
circle, would there be a storehouse there?
It's every home is being used as a storehouse, basically.
Did you see?
One that
Did
was
he
having
see anyone?
weapons were being
barrels?
handed.
Yeah, and
Any
Uh,
specific buildings? Like, okay, I think we'll probably get better to go specifics. Those buildings nearest to the lighthouse, did I see anything to indicate barrels or other stores similar to that?
Nothing out of the ordinary compared to the others. Just kind of there were some buildings.
Okay, so you're gonna have to go further into the settlement then, assumed.
You have to also you were flying, so you didn't get like next to a window to look into them or through an open door to like inventory them.
Well, we have time, right? We still have like, how long has it been now, Roach? Would you say?
I mean, I'm gonna say say that the time it took me to upload was not in time in the game. So I mean, you've still got
It's still 3.
yeah, you still got it's still 3 a.m. So you still got like 3.5 hours before it starts becoming daylight. So
Okay. So if we wanted to, we could send Ustinia back in. No,
would
you need more
rather-
spells. You need more spells.
I
wouldn't you?
yeah. I know I've got enough spell slots for that, but I won't have a polymorph for our escape if we need it. Is the thing, or a level 4 for our escape. I suppose I could cast it at level 5, but then that degrades our fuck. We need to get out of here escape, which is the level 5.
Could you use sorcerer points to get it back?
I think I could, but I wouldn't be able to get anything else back or do anything else special.
Right.
So
I'm
I'd
just
rather,
thinking
for
of
comfort,
in case of emergency.
in comfort's sake, I would like to leave at least one level 4 spell
Fine.
slot for. That's just because it very narrow limits our options.
Well, there's
from
also the fact
me.
that Rivallon can move pretty quickly, even when he's stealth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Just for context, the primary thing that we need to investigate here is the lighthouse. Yes,
That's
it'd
right.
be
Yes.
nice to get musket, but let's not go burning things for it because that's a bonus. Not
Yeah,
an
well,
essential.
if we want to switch the order of things around, then
that's
I
why
would
I
lighthouse
said
done
priority.
first.
Yeah. So is
Okay.
what we'll do. I'll drop you on the top, and then I will.
Circle at high altitude.
Yeah, essentially. But no, I
And
need
I
to be
think-
able to. So what's your signal? We'll set now a signal for pickup. What's the
Okay.
signal?
I will come out and go.
Oh God, not the Team American meme.
Have you got any spells
Um,
that sort of... You've
What's
not
that
got
be
anything
saying?
fiery,
Kiss
have
me?
you?
Well, yes, I've got a fire arrow,
No.
but you're not having that.
Okay,
Oh,
no,
no,
I have the
don't
Don't
perfect
have
thing.
those yet.
Okay, how about I shoot you?
I have the no, I have the perfect thing. I'm gonna cast light on a coin. It's gonna be a little red glow.
Yeah.
On a coin. Literally pull that
Take
out.
it out.
Yeah.
Beacon.
Because it won't beacon. It'll just be bright enough for me to see it, and it lasts. And that spell is a cantrip that lasts the same length as polymorph. So there's no way that it's gonna run out before I run out.
Right, and also in the sense that you guys are going to do the lighthouse first, we should veto the option to head down to the bottom and stay in that forest near the bottom of the map, because that way,
Yeah, 100%.
because you're going to be
we'll
coming
come
back up through the forest anyway. You're going to be coming back up to the
Yeah.
village
Yeah.
anyway, so we might as well stay up
We'll
here.
stay where we are and we'll keep an eye on the village from where we are. If the hunting party goes out, we will send to Rivallon. Because Isaac won't understand
sending.
it.
Yeah.
I'll
If
no,
also,
as a giant eagle, I will understand it. I understand common.
yeah.
as a
Also,
giant owl, sorry.
Rivallon, you should take the sending stone, because if things go AWOL,
It's in
You'll
the
know
bags,
first.
isn't it?
It's in the bag of holding. The sending stone's in the bag of holding, and
Yeah.
he can use that to contact me. Actually, use that to contact me.
Okay, we'll do that.
you see, brains.
As an outline,
brains.
I
wasn't gonna- I wasn't gonna say anything. I wasn't gonna say anything because
See,
I
I
thought
was
that
just sitting
fucking
here
hilarious.
like, that's cool, but still, bag of holding has sending stone, so use the damn thing.
Yeah, shit. As an owl, I understand common, elven, and Sylvian,
Yeah.
Cool.
and giant owl, if you speak that.
Seems unlikely.
I mean,
Cast tongues on me now.
So I'm taking what's it called? Linguist. I'm going to take giant owl as a language. Totally.
It's all like it's that scene in Fantastic Beasts where he's like,
Yep.
if anyone's seen that film,
Yep.
No.
they
Whole
are.
load of body language and guttural noises. Yeah.
Rival has successfully avoided that film. I haven't.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
No, it's not.
Don't talk Potter to him.
Don't talk Potter to me. I had to
Okay.
sit through the camping movie.
Uh-huh.
2.5 hours
Oh, God,
of them
yeah.
sitting in a fucking tent.
Definitely
Yeah.
Hallows Part 1. Okay, yeah, fair.
Yep. Yep. That was an awful movie. But anyway.
Not to be confused with the tournament ground made of tents as well in Goblet of Fire.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
we're in a
like-
fucking tent for 2.5
I have an idea.
bastard hours.
Let's cut this film in half. Brilliant.
That was the whole thing that started that too.
Kill
So-
me.
And then
So-
another guy goes,
And my
"Oh,
mum,
I'm working
my
on
mum
Hobbit
came out
next,
going,
so-"
"That was brilliant. It was so close to the book. I don't fucking care."
Right, okay.
So-
this is the plan. I've given you my rope, Sesh, to tie around me. Yeah. We're gonna...
Power drop into the lighthouse.
Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna land you on the top of the lighthouse, and I'm gonna try and time it so I'm following the light, because the light spins round, doesn't it? So I've got to mirror the light.
You got to come in at the dark angle, basically.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking, what's the on top of? Is there a cone to the lighthouse? Could I drop you on the cone?
Yeah, there's a roof on the lighthouse that
Okay.
with a small
okay.
walkway that goes around it.
Yeah.
You've got climbing gear.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay. Rivallon, are you ready? If so, I will cast polymorph, and our timer will start then.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Pass without trace.
Pass without
Well,
trace.
no, wait until I'm the bird, just in case.
Good idea.
You
We'll
know.
wait till the base.
Okay, so I am going to become a giant owl that is covered in black feathers, head to toe. I'm black as the nice
With
guy.
SR71 written in white on the side.
No, I don't want anything that gives me away.
Oh,
No
okay.
offense. I don't want anything that could be
Okay,
remotely
you are-
reflective.
You are a shadow owl.
I will then wrap the rope around him and tie it nice and tight.
Round his foot.
On the
Alright.
thing, and then I'm gonna, with my owl claw talon, pick up the bundle
Of rope.
of rope. So it's
Okay,
because
so
it's
you're
been
so you're standing on one foot.
currently,
Which you can do, which elves do, yeah.
Owls do.
That's normal.
Yep.
and then I'm gonna crouch and let Rivallon get on.
I'll give him a boost.
I'm 6 foot tall. Shove off.
It's a giant owl.
Don't
Come
give
on, buddy.
a rat's ass.
Come on, buddy.
Come on, little man. Let's go.
When Sesh moves away, she goes, "Why the hell am I? Oh my god, I've been stabbed!"
Why am I wet? It's just wet.
Rivallon's
Looks
got
up
his short
thing.
sword out.
So,
I warned you.
Rivallon is now taking position.
I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. You do
We
so.
can no longer see them.
And I'm gonna
Gone.
fly up and.
No, I'm going to run a. I'm going to do myself a stealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Stealth
We'll-
check.
we'll- I
Both
will
of you make
stealth.
stealth checks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rivallon,
Not
don't
with
forget you're at advantage because it's dark
add
out.
10.
Yeah.
Oh, I need
Yeah,
to roll. I need to roll in a d20 plus. So it's gonna be plus my stealth plus 10, so plus 14.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just do your plus your normal stealth, and then you add.
Ooh.
Well, no, because it's out. It's out. It's out
I'm on
stuff, okay, so
36.
Roll
36.
d20.
Okay.
I'm on an 18
18.
18.
because I rolled
okay.
a 4.
E.
All right. So you climb into the air and begin your flight towards the lighthouse.
Sesh can still
When are
see
the on-flight
Isaac.
meals served?
Funnily enough, Sesh can still see Isaac
Where's
because he
the
got
hot-
below her passive.
Where's the hot stewardess?
The only thing that's in my head
Your
right now
passive
is
perception is higher than 18.
It's 19.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I can
Sesh
see
is
you
One
like-
of
still.
those times where
Session.
she's going, "Yep, Big Bird's still there, but where the fuck is the elf gone?"
It's
Okay,
like,
so I-
I can see Isaac, but Rivallon has vanished.
The only thing that's in my
Right.
head right now is that South Park joke, Shitty Airlines. Welcome to Shitty Airlines. Thank you for flying Shitty Airlines. Thank you for flying
I'm-
Shitty Airlines. You know you have a choice in airlines, and it looks like you made the wrong one. It
Yep,
starts crashing down.
So I'm gonna fly up and around, and then I'm gonna come in ocean side, I think.
Okay. All right. Avoiding low to avoid radar.
So high to avoid the green light.
Yeah, it's high to avoid the light.
So the question is, how are you going to drop off Rivallon? Because you do not have one. You have one foot available to you. So
Yeah.
perching at speed is not necessarily viable without a check. And Rivallon is on your back, so you can't just drop him. He has to drop off on his own if he's
Flip over.
See. So how are you gonna? So
I'm gonna-
what's
I'm
the
gonna-
exfiltration plan for Rivallon?
No, infiltration,
I'm-
not the exfiltration.
Infiltration plan.
Yeah,
Infiltration plan.
I'm gonna try to land it with because I'm
With
gripping
one
it in a
foot.
talon. Yeah, it's only 1 foot to grip. I've still got the other one there. It's holding something.
Okay.
And
You can always just let the
If-
rope
if-
go at this point.
if nothing else,
Well, no,
Rivallon is
the
dexterous,
rope
so
might-
he can just bounce
I know.
off.
And to his death.
He can
But then it
land
becomes
through
can I
one
catch a
landing.
falling Rivallon?
Yeah, that's
I'm
actually kind of
taking
good. I
this-
could do the whole kind of Metal Gear Solid thing and land like.
Also, you're a giant black bird. Where are you dropping him off at specifically? Because you
On the
can't
roof.
drop him off on the walkway, because the light will
The
No,
pointed
on the roof.
roof.
On the roof
On
of.
Is it a pointed roof?
pointed roof.
On
Okay.
the very roof. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you're trying to, with 1 foot, 1 talon foot, land on a slanted, pointed, round roof. And
Yes.
okay. All right. No,
How about should we say that you actually just pick me up with your
I'm
tail
for
and take
this.
off? It's much.
Nope.
much
I'm for
easier.
this. Nope. Too late. Too late. I'm for this.
You
so,
done fucked it. You done fucked it.
So. That's why.
Arrow dropping
This is
into
why
a
I love.
lighthouse.
This is why I love
on a
stealth
roof
missions.
As a roof.
It's
That's why I love
totally fine.
stealth
It's
missions.
like trying to thread a needle in the dark with an eye and the clothing in the dark.
So.
Why do I get the
Midge.
visions of like Lord of the Rings?
All right,
Yeah.
Midge. You're
You're
coming
gonna need to
in.
toss me.
You're coming in. You're coming in from
Yeah.
an angle because you went up high to avoid light. Now you're coming in at an angle towards the roof. You've got a pretty good glide angle.
Flare your
You
wings.
got a pretty good
Yeah.
glide angle.
I'm what's it called? I'm Vietnam Hueying this. I'm pulling back.
Yeah, you're flaring your
I was-
wings.
I was
slowing
thinking-
your descent.
I was thinking aircraft carrier. I was thinking aircraft carrier, just like right at the end. You're trying to get, but I'm gonna need you to make a. I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw at a disadvantage because you're going in
You're
at
running hot and
speed
fast.
at an uneven surface with 1 foot.
This is
And you're
as an owl.
Yes.
Owls get saving throws?
No,
Well,
I
it's
don't know how to check it. So
if it's a save, basically what you do is your proficiency modifier, which is still tied to the same thing, plus your
5.
save. So it'd be
5 plus 2, 7. Because the owl's dex is a 14 or something like that, right? Or 15.
15
What's
is an hour.
15.
An hour's
Yeah,
dex
so
is
you-
15.
So you get a plus 2 from that, and you get your proficiency from being Isaac, so you get a plus 5 there.
But I'm
So
not
it's-
proficient in dex saving throws myself, but is an owl. I don't know. That's the thing.
if you don't,
Roach?
if you're not, if it doesn't say you have a specific save, then you just get then it's like a normal saving throw.
So it's
which
just
is
rolling at a
your
plus 2.
modifier.
Yeah, you're just rolling at a plus
Okay.
2.
Well, it's because
With this-
the thing is because beasts don't have a listed saving throw. They don't have saving throws listed. That's a player character thing.
Because
So
got
that's why.
provisions in it. So
Yeah, okay.
that works. So
Okay.
all right, I'm gonna put this out there right now. Your DC, your difficulty check is a 15.
So you need to roll at least a 13 on 2 d20s.
And not nothing lower on that.
I'm gonna die.
Don't worry, you're coming up. Don't worry, you're next.
Oh, fuck, that was close.
This is really close. Okay. All right. Rivallon.
Yeah.
Rivallon. Something's wrong.
Yeah, I figured that.
Isaac's coming in, but within the last couple
With
of,
my proficiency bonus, I would have made that.
with the last
think
couple
about
of seconds, of glide in,
Yeah.
you instinctively know, nah, ain't gonna work.
No, it ain't
So
gonna
you
work.
have an option. So you have a choice.
Yeah.
You have a choice. Do you bail now and try and land into the lighthouse? Or are you gonna hold on for dear life for Isaac? Unknowing of what's
Where-
gonna happen to Isaac.
Where? So I wouldn't be landing on the roof. I'd be landing.
On the walkway. You have the option to bail early and do a down onto the walkway and kind of stop yourself, like thread
What,
the
you mean
needle.
like I was saying,
Or-
like a whole solid snake thing at the beginning of Snake Eater 3.
Yes. I haven't played that.
Okay,
So...
I'm bailing.
Okay, you're bailing. Okay, all right. I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Now,
Wouldn't
you
this
actually
be... Couldn't he figure acrobatics at this point?
Yes, you could do acrobatics as well. It
No,
could be-
because I get a
I think
plus 7.
Check your
He's
acrobatics,
proficient.
though.
Well, I thought you were proficient in acrobatics. Sorry.
Yeah.
I probably am proficient at acrobatics.
No, he's not. It's athletic.
It's athletics. No,
Ah,
I'm going for my dex
right.
save. It's plus 7 for freak's sake.
Go for
Alright.
it, bud. Go for it.
Am
Smash
I at
that DC.
disadvantage, Or...
Go for it, dude.
Go for it, bruh.
I'm gonna say you are not at disadvantage because you have all of your appendages available to you. And it's a solid surface.
15!
You pass. 15. You hit it.
That was close.
It's not graceful. It's not graceful. You basically
What?
like you're like on the back of the owl and you're like, that ain't gonna work, and you just like it's like you
When
just
I-
let go and like the momentum's carrying you.
When I feel him go, I'm gonna instinctively pull up quickly and try to get an angle to see if I can see him in case he's fallen off and I need to go catch him.
Okay, at least you're not dead sticking this into the tower. Just
I'm pulling up on a stick, man. I'm pulling up on a stick.
Buzz, we missed the truck. We're not aiming for the truck.
Oh, that's a reference.
it's a reference. So
We've
Rivallon,
been
you
talking war and things. Mitch goes straight Toy Story.
No,
Yeah.
there's a. Oh no, I'm thinking of a really, really dark cut of that. Which I will share after the stream, not on stream.
I know the cut you're talking about.
Rivallon,
Yeah.
the momentum carries you to the walkway, and you take 3 points of damage from you land it, but the momentum still carries you a little bit, and you just kind of like your upper half hits the glass, the thick glass.
I passed your frigging deck check.
No, you did, just barely though. That was for you. That was for you to. That was for you to not. That was for you not to fall to your death.
That was
That's fair.
That's for you not to fall to your death.
I like the violence in that still.
So you take 3 points of damage just from kind of like
bless you. Bless
right
you.
into the
Bless you.
right into the damn the wind the glass, and you just kind of it doesn't like hurt you, like, it doesn't like permanently hurt you, but you've got like probably a bruise on your face now as you just kind of like headbutted that thing.
There's just a
Like,
bit of red on your cheek.
That's
from
good
where
like
the impact-
inch. That's good like inch and a half thick glass.
And I slide down so I get out the light and then going, Isaac, you better fucking pick me up or I'm gonna kill you.
Isaac, you better not die, because I'm gonna kill you myself.
Isaac, you avoid the tower. You avoid the tower. I'm gonna point out you can't hover and the way that birds fly, you also can't gain altitude like you were saying from a dead dive like that. You have to, it's slow. So instead of you gracefully pulling up, you instead like hard bank to port, and you're just like hard bank and start like gliding that way, just to avoid this giant tower that was you careening at 100 miles an hour at.
Isaac was
nobody noticed. There was an avoidance of just a horrible situation.
Isaac was about to destroy that tower with his body.
Yeah.
I'd switch my polymorph into a woolly mammoth and
Crunch.
take the tower out.
Yeah.
With
Just
my
land on top of
body.
the tower.
Rivallon,
Crunch.
you were at the top. You were at the top of the tower. You're below the light as it just so happens right as you duck down. Goes right past you. What do you do?
Okay, so I continue around the walkway looking for a doorway or hatch down into the tower.
Okay, doesn't take you long. You find a iron like framed glass door essentially. It's very finely made. Not sure you've ever seen that before, but you understand why it would probably exist, because the light wouldn't go through a solid door, so they definitely put extra effort in there. You open it, go in, and when you get inside, you hear like a soft buzzing emanating from the magical light source. Is it just steady, no variation at all?
Yeah. All right.
On the floor, there isn't a hatch, but there is, you can see the beginnings of a stairwell that kind of go out of your line of sight. It's like curves down.
Okay, I start to kind of staying low, so I'm not silhouetting myself in the window or anything. I get my bow out and things and doing that kind of low thing as I'm walking slowly down the stairs. Just in case I meet anyone, I can give them a nice welcome hello.
Right.
Arrow to the face. Arrow to the jugular. Nice. Yeah.
Right.
It's
Particularly
been too
still
long
scream
since he's
with that.
killed
I haven't killed anyone. My
Yeah.
ears are itching like freaking crazy.
So, and you start heading down the stairs. This is what you're
Very
saying?
slowly.
Okay. You start heading down the stairs. There's a little railing that starts pretty soon after you on the stairs. It's not a solid wall. The stairs seem to be built into the outer structure, which is kind of like they're longer stones that were put in very carefully to make a staircase. Which, very good craftsmanship on that part, but it's just like a metal iron band with reinforcements that go down like the interior railing.
Yeah.
So you can see all the way down as soon as you get a certain distance. You could like peek your head over and you can see all the way down to the bottom. There's no floors, there's no interior structure to the tower.
It's literally just a hollow tube that's got a staircase going all the way down to the bottom.
Yep, you do see some crates and things at the bottom, like not a lot, but some stored kind of the opposite end of where the doorway is located.
Okay, I make my way quickly but quietly down the stairs to the crates and try and figure out what's in there.
It's also, as a point, there's no windows on the interior. Like, this is just solid stone all the way up, and the only exits you can see are the doorway on the bottom and the hatch on the top, or well, the exit to the stairwell. But you get downstairs, and you see about 4 crates that are arrayed here. They're fairly substantial in size, heavy reinforced timber, and 3 of them look to still be nailed shut, from what you can see. But one of them has like a slightly off-kilter top to them.
The one that's not nailed shut, can I take a quick look inside?
Yes, you can. And when you take a look inside, you see what looks to be a whole bunch of cloth, like bolts of cloth. They all look to be of the same color and material as the uniforms you saw outside that the individuals are wearing. But it's not the uniforms, it looks just to be like cloth that hasn't been put into anything.
Okay, I take one of the bolts and sticks it in the bags I'm holding.
Okay.
Now, should I crack open one of the other crates? So, pardon? Pardon, what was that? What was that?
I can barely hear you right
Bird?
now, Midge.
Sorry, I muted myself while I was doing his thing. I was like, okay, I'll add that to my inventory then, because the bag of holding's technically on my character
Also,
sheet.
as a point of fact, Midge, even though you were muted right there, I could still barely hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe I didn't have the dial all the way down.
Question, does anyone want me to crack the other cases?
It's a Rivallon choice.
This is you. What
No,
would Rivallon do?
I'm kind of like projecting my thoughts out there and
You've
wondering
got the
if
sending
Nope.
stone.
no, not
Yeah,
gonna
do you
let
want
me
to? You only got a limited amount. Yeah.
3 uses.
Yeah, only 3 uses. This is the Rivallon choice. Does Rivallon open another crate?
Rivallon takes a quick second to listen to hear if he can hear anybody anywhere near the thing, anyone walking up or talking or anything like that.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Bird Isaac is also keeping a lookout.
Okay, make a perception check.
19.
19.
What is the perception check of a bird? I have advantage on this.
Okay. It's your
Because
wisdom.
Owl.
keen. Yes.
You also
Yeah.
have I think you also have dark vision 120 feet anyway. So you're,
Well, no,
you're
no,
pretty
yeah,
good.
but no, I have advantage.
And the
on
wisdom, I think, of an
perception and
owl
hearing.
is like 13. They get
That's
a
fine.
+1,
not
I
great.
think.
Yeah, +1.
That's it.
+1.
Rivallon,
But I
think
think do you
hear
get your
anything
proficiency?
out of the
to that?
ordinary.
Sorry,
Is your
Roach.
proficiency?
You don't hear anything out of the ordinary. Look, you just hear like the soft sounds of night outside. You know, little
Natural
crickets
20
and
+1.
cicadas.
What?
Okay. As an owl, you see nobody approaching. Nobody's on the the stone path that has been the recent stone path that leads to the lighthouse. You do see actually a bit more activity in the camp to the more interior parts. It looks like people are starting to rouse a little bit. You can see individuals getting dressed in their uniforms. The muskets are being taken off or
Do
taken
we
out
see
of
this?
wherever they were stored. Yes, you do as well, because
might have tripped
Justinia's
an
there, and I'm
alarm.
not going to make a check. It doesn't look like it's quick. Like this is
Hunting party.
like a routine. It's definitely a majority of the encampment doing this, and they seem to all be shuffling towards the northern part of the camp. Towards the
Work.
the mustering point.
Oh,
that you saw
morning
previously.
drills. Morning drills.
Okay, so before anything else happens, since Ash sees this, she will cast Sending and send it to Rivallon and say, camp is waking up, heading to training ground, muskets kept in central houses.
We won't be able to get to them then.
It's fine. It's a secondary target anyway.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
secondary
but
target
now
anyway.
you know where they are, which is a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah, it's
But
good.
that's you get that, but you also hear nothing on the outside.
Okay. I'm going to.
And you can respond to her as well. You can respond if you want to. You get 25 words
copy.
in response. That's all we needed. That's all we needed.
Copy that, blue leader.
Solid copy.
Copy that, base plate.
No. We all need to be Sesame Street characters. I'm Big Bird.
Roach
Rivallon is Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, I was gonna say Grouch. I was gonna say that.
Ostania is Elmo.
This thing. So,
Because he's all about the tickles.
I put
So-
everybody in danger.
so,
Russian Elmo
Rivallon.
does not sound right.
so Rivallon, what does Rivallon do?
I'm going to crack the other 3 cases, see what's in there.
All right, so you get like a dagger to get some leverage.
got plenty of them.
Pry. Yeah. To pry them open. In the first one that you pry open, this one's slightly it's not as large. It's a bit thinner, but still just as long. When you pop it open, you're presented. You see a whole bunch of oddly like smaller packages, but these are like metallic, like small tin metallic containers that are about like maybe like that big, like that wide and thin, and probably about maybe like that tall. And it's just a box full of them.
Sound like cans of things.
Might be ration packs.
Might be ration packs.
There's writing on there, but you can't read the writing.
No, okay. I'll grab half a dozen, throw them in the bag of holding.
Okay. Next one you pop open, you see it's oilcloth. Like it's an untreated like oilcloth that you'd make like a duster or some sort of like foul weather like poncho or something out of, but it's kind of just like raw oilcloth.
Yeah.
It's just big bolts of that in this container. And in the third one, you open it up and you see it is a whole bunch of those. You saw Sala open one of these in front of you. A whole bunch of individual combat ration packs in the little containers.
Oh yeah, the one that she had like the sweets in, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, not the one she had sweets in. The one that Volrend had sweets in. 'cause we
They are
found it in his
distinctly
room.
different than the other like tin packs that you saw on the first box.
Well, we know that this is actual rations, so I will grab like a dozen of those.
Those in there,
Stealing
so
food, bitch.
You can put down Elven military ration.
And kind of just close over the lids again.
Orland
and then
military. Orland military.
The 3 that I've
ration might
opened,
be
I
more.
kind of push the lids back down.
Okay, you get them like, I mean,
Yeah, near
nobody's
enough.
paying too. Yeah, nobody's paying too close attention, and it won't be that big. But I mean, if they look really close, they can definitely see like one of those like those nails are no longer like all the way in, or they're
Yeah.
a little bent. But like, yeah, they look they could pass.
Okay, and I start my way back up the.
Where was the colonel's office in all this? Like his office was in the.
It's in the northern
The
part
big-
of the.
The
Yeah,
big
the
house,
opposite
the big
end.
house with a circle. around it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Also, yes, after a little bit, you don't see well, I guess the only person nobody saw them actually, so you wouldn't know. You just heard them. You see one individual wearing a slightly more like fancier uniform walking down the path and out of the house after about 10 minutes. And he's walking towards the drill grounds.
Or
alone.
higher ranking officer, I'd assume.
But that's, everybody's starting to coalesce around there. About Ustenia can count and see them because Ustenia is Ustenia.
Ustenia.
And it's well lit.
20.
Yeah, 20. You can definitely tell there's about 120 uniformed men that are arrayed. And there's there's a breakdown of that. There's a couple of individuals going down in between lines, and they're they're stopping at each one and they're inspecting. There's one like with a list, like they're doing morning inspections essentially.
So I cast Call Meteor.
If you know anything about Napoleonic military doctrine, they're doing morning roll. That's what's happening. Rivallon, you get to the top of the tower.
I do the normal
lighthouse.
stay low, sneak out the door, close the door behind me.
Okay. Midge, you are circling.
And you can't see Rivallon because the man is too stealthy.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see him because I think even his basic score would. Well, I mean, you can make an natural 20 if you wanted to try. But
I mean, I did just roll a natural 20 on my perception. Like
that is true. That is true. You could do it again.
Rivallon has passed without trace.
Do it again.
Yeah. Rivallon, it does have advantage on stealth checks, and he gets +10 to it, so he could.
Okay, so I know he's to signal me when.
Right. So you're at the top of the tower, Rivallon. You're on the outside.
Okay. I need to decide whether I want to try and get on the roof or just wait, like tell him I'm on. Yeah.
Crap.
Okay.
Well, at least if you're on the roof, you don't need to worry about the light.
Well, I'd have to get up there first.
Please give me room to land first.
Oh no, you're not landing. We're doing fast escape.
Oh God.
We're doing this hard and we're doing it fast, boy.
I think this is Midge's actual reactions when he was playing Rising Storm 2.
Yes.
As a chopper pilot.
Only when you were shooting me, you bastard.
Hey, good thing. That's happening again.
When?
Or potential.
Right now.
You just hear a
So,
bang
playing
and a
Rising
cannon
Storm
shot
again.
hits midgets. Yeah.
For a reference, I love being a chopper pilot in Rising Storm. I got pretty good at it. Unless Roach was on the other team, he was always on the other team. He was very good with a Dishka. Let's put it that way.
All I'm saying
That's
is,
very
if
good
you're
with an
going to be
RPG
Rising
too.
Storm again, let me know.
I'd buy it.
So,
Right.
So,
I'd
are you-
Stone of Sending to Midge. Say I'm on the tower, the opposite side to where all the troops are. Drop the rope as you fly by, and I'll catch it and pull out that way. Ooh, fuck! Ooh, fuck!
What's Elmo doing here?
Oh god.
I thought it
so
was
do
with
you drop your recovery line?
He's ordered me to drop the recovery line.
I mean, you can land on the top and drop the line over the side, but I'm not climbing up because it would silhouette me.
I'm gonna drop the line.
Okay.
You can land and drop.
So, all right.
There's a 50-foot line now dangling from my leg.
Cool.
All right, string behind you. So what? So what's the plan? What's the plan? How are you approaching? Are you approaching from? So
Are you
Isaac,
approaching to land on the top and me grab the rope?
are you
and then
approaching
take
from?
off
Well,
again?
I'm asking the angle. Is he approaching from the south so that he's going towards the tower from the south, so that like towards you, pick up and then get him out.
No, it'd
or
be
are you
actually
approaching-
going from west to east.
Well, that's what I was going to ask that. Or is he doing
west east, yeah,
West
west east.
east,
So I'm
okay.
coming from the ocean again, and I'm
from the
not
ocean.
gonna drop the rope until I'm on approach.
All right. All right. Recovery line
Big
drop.
Bird is on approach. Big Bird is on approach.
Copy that. Don't fuck this up.
And I'm straight and true, but
All right.
slower speed.
Engines off. You're gliding
Yeah,
in.
I'm essentially gliding. Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, it's a good thing. It's a good thing this bird's got a good glide angle. All right, so
Incoming Huey.
this is gonna be a joint check, I guess. So, Isaac, I need you to make a fuck. What? See, now I'm in a position. How do I make you check for this? What do I make you roll?
I think you just let our ingenuity have this.
There has to be a chance. There has to be a chance. I can make it a low.
No,
DC.
there doesn't. Give in to your natural nice side. I know you
could
have
make it
one.
intelligence.
Make a perception check.
Okay, I have advantage on these.
For both of you
me
now,
as well.
right? That's right, isn't
No,
it?
actually, yes, that makes sense.
Why would I be making a perception check? It's a bloody big bird.
Because you have to try and find the rope.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
not
the rope.
grabbing you. You have to find the rope.
Shit. Oh,
22.
Okay. All right. So. Okay, that's gonna affect it because I'm making this affect the DC of the actual roll Rivallon's gonna have to make. Rivallon, you spot the rope. Like you got it. You got it. Problem is, it's not perfect. It's kind of drifting a little bit. Isaac, you're not totally sure where he is, so you're kind of just like you're spreading it a bit. You're spreading it out. You're trying to get the best coverage of this side. So it's not perfect.
Sending stone. Come right.
Right. Down,
Right.
down.
Yes,
Flare.
He has 25 words, so he can adjust me like that.
Fuck it. I'll let you do that. If you
Yes!
then I'll let you do that.
Right. Steady.
Big Bird. Big Bird
Steady.
down. Right, Big Bird down. Steady.
Speed.
Why would I say
speed.
big bird? That's an entirely 2 words I don't get to use again.
Speed. Altitude. I'm gonna say you guide him in.
Pull up.
Yes.
Pull up. You grab
It's like
and you're up.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, retard. And yeah, that's what actually they say. That's because
No,
it's
they
a
don't.
retard.
That's a command.
What is it? You have to retard what? It's not to do with the engines.
It's
Flaps.
Flaps.
Yeah.
That's it.
Flaps. Yeah. But okay, you guide him in. And catch the rope, and then there's like a half second of slack, and then
Shoulder
picked
pops
up.
out of the arm, and you're gone. Just your arm gets ripped off.
And you're away. You're away 50 feet below Isaac. Isaac,
Okay.
there's a weight behind you now. So you're about
Soon as I feel the
90%
weight.
sure.
Yes, yeah.
This is a-
Either
Soon as-
I've picked up Rivallon or I'm dragging the whole fucking lighthouse.
Yeah, so it's what I'm gonna do with the other free talent. I'm gonna make sure that grapples the rope as well.
Okay.
So it's
I'm
like,
holding on with
'cause it
both
was tied
hands.
on. Yeah, no,
I
it was
assumed.
it was tied on. So
fucking
now so it's what I've done. It was tied on. Now I've grappled with that one, and the other one has scooped and grappled a little bit. So make sure I've got the rope.
You're drawing it up. Unfortunately, you don't have another
I'm
hand,
not
so you
dra-
can't
I'm not-
you can't draw it up. You're just kind of like getting a better hold of it.
Just slowly with my legs passing in between. No, literally just for security. I am.
All right.
So,
Do so.
are you going to try and get the musket or no? Since
No.
since the big group is gone.
No, they've gone. We already know they were short on muskets.
No, they had
Yeah.
300 that haven't been issued.
Yeah, they had like a ton. They had like a big amount in the inventory, and then they had a number next to it that were like unissued.
Well,
Oh,
hey,
I've got a bigger
written
problem.
record.
How would we get down? I'm hanging
You've got
off
10
a
words on
fucking
the start
rope.
of sending. I slow down enough, and you just hop off the rope.
And then you walk back.
Well, no, I just come back again with the rope.
It's the Saigon strategy.
You're a giant freaking bird.
I'll wrap up the rope again with my bird legs, and then I'll release it again. We'll do the same. Just.
I
with the
mean, you
ground.
could just come back to us where we are.
Yeah, they could.
And
I can refuel at base. They can rewrap me. I come out again. I'll make another run. Damn it! I'll keep flying as many runs.
You've got
as I can all
about
night.
a half hour left of this.
Big Bird, you're on bingo fuel, Big Bird.
I'll be back.
This is the best thing that's ever happened
Okay.
to us.
It is really, isn't it?
Right, Rival, you've probably got 10 words on the previous sending to send me, so let me know what the plan is.
I'll allow it. Why not?
All right, drop me in the trees south of the storehouses. I'll see if I can get myself a hands on one of those muskets.
Okay, I'm going to find a landing zone, and then I'm going to fly back to base, get them to retie, reassure me.
Try and gestate the command. All right, so
Playing Big Bird charades. I've got the wings.
so Isaac, you find an area, because there's trees and bushes and everything all around, in between these buildings, that looks to be fairly abandoned, for right now, and you come down.
Most insane thing we've ever done.
You come down,
Possibly.
quickly, touch the ground, and I'm assuming at that point, Rivallon let go.
Yeah.
like Isaac barely touches the ground, just like yeah,
Little hop.
Yeah, little hop, like a Huey that's just dropping the people off and getting back up.
Yeah, where the LZ's too hot for them to actually land, so they do that 10-foot hover, whatever it is, where they just literally.
And everyone
I was talking about the
out.
one. Yeah. But then
Rivallon somehow has an AR-15 and is wearing a helmet now.
No, it would have been the
Fortunate
plastic.
son.
It would be the
Yeah.
plastic M16s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Fortunate Son's playing,
Down now. Down now.
and that's all we can use because of copyright. So, so
Some elves are born in a wooden land.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of Rolling Stones.
Sympathy for the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right.
You just got it.
so Rivallon, you're on the
And
ground.
Mitch is gone.
We've killed Midge.
Major's full send. Major's full send. Utari's gotta come back and be like, why does Mage look like he just got his head dunked in red paint?
That's such a good music joke. Oh my god. Like me.
There's
So-
a music joke about.
So we were talking about how we've just helo dropped him in a LZ. And we were talking about Vietnam War songs playing. We said "Fortunate Son," and then they went, "No, Sympathy for the Devil." And I went, "Why?" Woo woo. Because I'm an owl.
Oh God. You're terrible.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Roach. I'm sorry.
that rival. Oh, my hat is off to you. That was such a well played pun. I love that. That was next level. All right. Okay. I'm RTB. I'm RTB.
All right. Isaac's going back towards the group. Rivallon, you're on the ground.
Okay.
You are you're in an open area with buildings that are all around you and kind of equidistant. You're on the back end. You're in one of these interior spots where it's kind of just left where there's still trees and grasses and stuff.
So, can I just make a mark as assuming kind of where I am?
Yeah, I'll let you know if you're correct or near. Yeah, it's about what I assume.
Why did you drop me there? There's a perfectly good
It was-
wooded area just out here.
That's what I thought. I was going to the south of that, but okay.
Too bad you didn't specify. So, Rivallon.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I'm going towards the houses to the southeast.
Southeast. Okay. All right. So you start heading down towards that. Doesn't take you long to get there. You are in and amongst the tents that were previously occupied, little campsites that were previously occupied. They're empty. Everyone that was here is at morning muster. So you don't have anybody here. There's still like fires, like little cook fires still going here and there.
And we're gonna run into Salah. I know I am.
But there's quite a few buildings that you have available to you. What do you do?
Any of them open? Got an open door or anything like that?
None of them are open doored.
Any
All the
windows
doors
that are
are
open that I can look
secured.
inside?
Well, I mean, there are windows. I mean, they're not open, but the windows are by definition clear.
Okay, I will go to the closest building, kind of just take a peek, like peek in the window, see if I can see any
Alright.
store boxes or anything like that.
You look through like the low quality windows that were like a part of this fishing village's like construction. And this one you see like probably half of the structure filled with like barrels, iron rim, like iron rimmed like barrels.
All right. Next building.
You go to another one and you see this one has a whole bunch of bags that are stacked on each other in like almost like a pallet, but there's no pallet. It's just kind of stacked in bunches, like maybe up to like mid chest height.
Okay. Keep going.
Next one, you see this one has kegs, a whole bunch of kegs.
Not having much luck here, am I?
That's black powder. Maybe the black powder's near the guns.
Next one.
Okay, you go to the next one. So I'm going this side because I do have this marked out where some of these things are. This one, you go in, or you look inside, and you see a whole bunch of square boxes, like probably like mid-hip height. Just a whole bunch of those sized boxes.
Okay.
Perfect squares, stacked.
Try and get through the door if it's unlocked.
There is no lock on it. Just kind of opens. Doesn't look like there was ever a lock on it.
Okay, go inside, see if there's any open boxes.
I'll say there probably is. There's one that looks to be like the top is
Loose.
on, but it is not secured. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like put back on. And if you bring it up, you see inside the cloth that the material that you saw the uniforms being of. When you kind of lift up for a little bit, this is not a bolt of cloth. This looks to be a uniform, though it is of oddly, it's much thicker. And the material it looks to be made out of is not waxed, but like oiled or some sort of like it's resistant to it. It's like the feel of it looks like
It's a winter field coat.
Yeah, so Winterfield coat. Right, grab it.
Pick that up, stuff that into your pack. It looks like most of the boxes seem to be this. If you remember the write-up, this might be that foul weather uniforms. In these
So
boxes.
I'll add one foul weather uniform.
Yep. It's funny enough, whenever you pick that up, by the way, on there, it looks to, these are, like, it has on the shoulders, like, a number etched on there, in Elven. Like some
Right.
sort of, but you do recognize that as, because you did see the Elvish list, and that looked like some of the numbered units. You don't know what it means, though.
Okay, so leave the room and close the door behind me. Move
Surely
on to
got
the
numbers
next
is
more-
one of the things that New Elven and Old Elven share.
Well, you would think, but I mean, check out numbers in Old English and
Yeah.
various Englishes. The
I
numbers.
mean, to be fair, we use Arabic script now for numbers, so
Well, yeah, that's
Even the Arabic.
Who knows,
numbers
numbers-
changed.
yeah, true.
yeah. So we added a whole new number between Old Elvish and now. It's 0. But you technically that's the absence of numbers, whatever. this seems to be the last. There is no like streets. It's kind of just like a continuous like street, but this is like right before it gets into a curve and where there's a double building.
Yeah.
It's like a long, thin one. You look inside and you see there is like a small lamp light hanging in the center here, and on both it looks like it's been gutted, but on both sides there are those weapons on racks, maybe about 100 of them in a line on both sides, in totals.
I'm guessing the door isn't
I
locked.
take all of them.
You go up there, and this does look to have a lock on it. It's got a it's a newer lock, like this has been added to the door recently.
My lockpicks are in the bag of holding.
Sod it, I'll give it a go.
Okay. So, do you have any proficiency with lockpick or thieves' tools?
Where would that be?
If it doesn't list like tools, it would be like your abilities. If it's like tool proficiencies, if you don't have like thieves' tools listed, then it's just gonna be a dexterity check to try and pick the lock.
Or you could have sleight of hand picked,
Or, yeah,
but not
or you
have
could have-
proficiency.
You could have sleight of hand.
No, I don't think I do.
No.
Okay.
I'll do a dex.
Okay, so you're doing a dexterity check
Mm-hmm.
to try and pick the lock.
Oh,
Ooh!
22.
You go up to it and you're quick. It's been like maybe about 10 minutes. You know, Isaac's polymorph's probably getting a little bit low right now. Isaac, you
Have
you
I
went and
been
got-
retied at base? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you've been
Yeah.
refueled. You've been refueled. And
Okay.
you're circling now.
I want
Right.
instead of circling, I want to try and like land like behind there's the two like forest areas. There's like the one to the south because I want to try and limit flight time a little bit more right now.
You want to
So
go back to where you want to have the LZ prepared when he gets there and get.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
get
yeah.
back into the air.
I'm prepared. I've prepared an LZ.
Okay.
also, I'm gonna say to Astinia, keep an eye on the training field. I'm gonna make sure there's nobody patrolling the village, and let me know if they start making their way back. And I'm watching the village specifically, so that way, if there's anyone making any patrols,
Okay.
Whoa, slow down. Can you repeat what you said there?
she wants Astinia to watch the training ground, so that way, when people start to leave, they know.
Roger.
Okay. So Rivallon, you. And the door just opens forward. You have opened the door. And when you look inside,
Quickly
you
go
see
in.
just single lamp is illuminating the interior. And you have about 100 muskets in two lines of 50. There is no, from what you can see, there is no like spare like ammunition or belts or like gun belts or
No, it's
anything
just
like that.
just the weapons.
It's just the weapons. Looks like maybe those are the other stuff is stored separately.
Yep, I'll probably
security
pass them, but I
purposes.
don't care. Grab two, put them in the bag of holding.
All right, so just kind of like thread them. They're big guns. They're
Probably like 4 or 5 feet long, right?
Yeah, they're from that era. They're not Baker rifles. They're more like
Yep.
the Brown Bess in terms of like length.
And as soon as I've got them, back out, lock the door behind me.
Okay. And you're back on the street.
You
Send,
still have a
what's
use
next?
of the sending stone.
yeah,
Yep.
I was going to send a message to Midge saying, I'm leaving the village. Where are you?
He can't answer.
Okay, sorry.
Sesh
I'll be nicer. I'm leaving the village. I'll meet you at the south small forest.
Already there. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Isaac is preparing for takeoff. My engines are ready.
Big Bird's ready for go.
Oil pressure good.
Just sort of tucks those
Flaps,
legs like.
check.
That stray AK round I took nicked one of my old rigs.
Got a lot of shaking these pedals.
No, that's
I've
just
been
his
duct
flying.
taped together. I've only been a giant bird like twice. Like it's fair.
Once for Demir to fly around.
It's very true. Once, yeah.
One was
once
a
you-
joyride.
Hilo
Yeah.
insert Rivallon and then pick him up again.
I mean, it's worked so far. Okay,
It has.
let's not fucking.
Yeah,
You've just
you guys
jinxed it.
didn't-
Thank you, Milky.
Let's not like try anymore and
So
just do it.
Rivallon, I need you to
Touch
make
wood.
I need you to make a stealth check because you're on your way back, and you will have to cross some open territory to get back to where. To get to where.
You're still
Isaac
at
is
advantage,
located.
and I think
No,
past
I
that
failed.
you
trace.
still got.
32.
So
Yeah.
it's a 32.
32. Oh my god.
You guys think I'm broken?
Well, no, that's a pass without
No,
trace
to be fair,
does.
this is aided with a spell. You're broken generally. Like.
I'll
You arrive. You find Bird Isaac, and board him.
Yeah, because I'm an owl, I don't have to turn my body to turn my head. I just hear him coming and go. Whoop.
You're just doing a general scan around the area, just like 2 degrees a second.
Biological radar.
No, it's literally just like that GIF I posted of the owl with the wide eyes.
Yeah.
Just
Owl Isaac is the only way that Isaac is going to get decent perception.
Yes.
It's true. You rolled fine so far.
so far.
As-
It's because I've got advantage. Yeah.
But you board, and Isaac, you take him
And he
back.
boards.
to-
And Isaac
I'll take your
goes,
ticket,
"Take
please,
off,"
sir.
And Rivallon starts going, "Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste."
You're terrible.
But
That's
you,
terrible, but also
you
10
cut
out of
it-
10.
You cut it pretty close. You cut it pretty close because I've been keeping track of time. In the hour that it took you to do this, or in the time it took you to do this, you have about 5 minutes after whenever you arrive back, after having done your sortie. When you land, you have about 5 minutes before pass out the trace and polymorph end because you cast meta around the same time.
Yeah.
All right, so the second everyone gets back, I imagine we're like Isaac is back to normal and we're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Can
holding butt.
I have the bag back?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I've got
No,
Pass Without
bitch.
Trace one more time.
I've got polymorph one more time without spending into other spell slots.
Yeah, same with sending. I've got one level 3 spell
Alright.
slot left.
And I want to keep the 5 just in case we need to go, well, let's get the fuck out real quick.
Yeah.
Personally,
Okay.
I think we can look at exfilling now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
we're
we're,
going for.
we're on our way back.
Well, did they say anything about there being a minimum amount of time? Did they say that they couldn't swing back earlier? I don't know.
I think-
No,
Well,
they
from-
could only said they could delay, and we thought 8 hours was not going to be enough.
well, you can send a sending stone now just to see like we are actually done now. You can.
Well,
start
I would
heading
wait
this
till
way
we get
if
back
possible.
closer to the beach.
Yeah, let's
before
wait
do
till we
that.
get to the beach
don't know what's
first
gonna
and
happen.
find the boat. You know.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Okay, Mog,
You
before we
begin.
go, Mog is going to check and see if there's anyone sort of getting together like they're going for a hunting party, because we know that's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
That
And
will
if-
be.
Towards the end, towards the end, whenever Isaac and everybody's dust themselves off after getting done, you look back over, and Ustenia and Mog, you look back over and you see the morning roll having finished. Like everybody's like standing in formation, and looks like the one individual that was a little more finely dressed stood in the front of the formation. You can't hear it, but you can definitely see mouth moving, probably was addressing the group. Then things start shuffling out. A band of individuals dressed in a different cut of uniform with the instead of the what did I say last, like white is kind of the predominant color of the infantry that
Yeah.
you see. These ones like are in kind of like a powdered blue kind of uniform.
Those
About,
damn blue coats.
maybe about 10 of them.
Sharpshooters. Oh no.
Yep.
Stand apart, and they begin heading off in a kind of like a more directed direction. They head towards like this more northerly branch of the roads. If I exit or if I
As in
exit,
going across the river.
Yeah.
they start to they start going northerly of that. Like they seem to have like their equipment with them, and they start heading up that road and then off of it into the forest to the north east of
away from us.
the settlement.
Yeah.
Generally, I mean, you're gonna, because you need to go kind of north.
Yeah, we do
easterly,
need to
right?
go north.
Yeah.
Northeasterly, wasn't it? Like we
Yeah.
kind of cut directly diagonally across the island.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
you
need
basically
to-
need to do that again. You went southwest last time. So
I was
you
looking
go
for the
northeast back
compass, and
up.
then I realized it's actually exactly where we are. God, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, so kind of northeasterly is where you're gonna have to go up. So they're kind of parallel-ish, maybe. At least their current direction. Though even Ostenia loses them after a bit inside the thick forest in the early morning, kind of hours.
Okay, we need to move
Uh,
quickly.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
On
What's
the,
the sun like right now, Roach?
Well, I'd tell you if it was up.
Cool.
There's no sun right
It's
now.
like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, it's
isn't
like
Is
4
it-
or 5 in the morning.
Is it getting like sort of pinkish at the edge, or is it still?
No, you still got about
pure
an hour
black?
before it gets
I-
pinkish.
I-
It's like
Isaac
6:30.
Isaac is going to pray to Paylor that today is a dark day.
Today's a dark day. Okay.
Let today be a
Uh,
dark day, my son, Lord.
But you start
And Isaac
you
is
s-
also going to hydrate.
Yes.
so you
Hydration.
start heading into the forest and try and backtrack along the path you blaze through down, trying to is what I'm assuming you're trying to get better time back.
Basically,
than
we're doing the same as we
getting
did
here.
last time. We got, I think it's Mog at the back.
Mog was
No,
in
it
the
was Isaac in the
middle
back.
with two,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who can't see in the dark.
Yeah.
Two with two who can't see in the dark.
I was.
And then it was Rivallon leading and Isaac in the back.
Right. You start your way back. It's a bit quicker than it was on the way down. You find yourselves finding the same kind of path and going through. How many? Okay. I just need all of you to make a general stealth check.
I'm casting my last pass without a trace.
When did you do that? When you started to leave, or halfway through? Like, when are you casting it?
When
do
do
you
you want me to
I
cast
think
it,
you'll-
guys?
Halfway
Probably
through.
when we
I think we
leave.
need it more.
Probably when we
towards the
leave,
end.
yeah.
When we're most vulnerable.
All right, then it is still active at that point. Then, so I need
Everyone gets
everybody
plus
to make a
10.
stealth check.
And if you're, would you allow me to have cast, what's it called? Need to find it. Enhanceability. In the meantime,
That's
start.
more of a that's more of a
it's a
18,
single
yeah.
action to cast.
And 28.
Yeah.
I
35.
got 28.
Ooh, 27.
Well,
Okay.
So it's up to.
There we go.
oh, fuck, 20.
24.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, good checks, boys.
So your
and
first,
girls.
so the first leg of the trip, you're pretty stealthy.
Thank God.
First leg of the trip, you're pretty stealthy as you go through. You're just getting over kind of the tall, and I'll actually put the map of the islands themselves, so we actually have a reference point.
I've got the island map up. I just need to know where we are.
Yeah, give me a second right now. Well, you're just getting over the kind of the hills, the hump
Oh, yeah,
of
yeah.
the central part of the island. Right now, you've kind of like side swiped the swamp.
So if we follow the river the whole way up into those mountains and go straight and just follow the edge of the mountains all the way to the coast, is that where we came in?
Well, you came in around. You came in like
above
around
that.
here.
Oh, the X, yeah, I see. So we cut straight up through the middle of the mountain range and then followed all the way up to
Yeah.
the top. Yeah.
Kind of how you did it. So you on your way. So the second half of the journey. Now it's starting to get to the point. It's been about an hour of overland travel, which means you're getting into it's not total darkness anymore. The warmth of the day is starting to peak in the sky. You're starting to see the colors shift a little bit. It's starting to be a bit easier to see. Colors are returning to those who can see in the dark. Well, actually, now, as you're approaching and you're in the thick of forest now, you're off of the hills, you're away from the river that you were following on the way down, and going on your way through. Now, for the second half, I need you all to make another stealth check for the second half of the journey.
Can I make an enhanceability thing then, please? On myself?
On yourself? This is more for a long... How long does enhanceability last?
An hour.
An hour? I'll allow you to do that then. Yeah.
Thank you. So that gives me this. Just basically, I don't get disadvantage on this check.
20.
Essentially.
20.
15.
3.
That would be a 5. Sorry, a 4 because it rolled disadvantage already.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
10.
It rolled with disadvantage, so that would be a 5.
That'd be a 5. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a 5. Okay, so wow, that average is a lot less.
Yep.
Okay. So you're on
This
your
is
way
why I
through.
want to keep spell slots just in case.
Oh yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
So now I have one less level 2 spell as well.
You're in the middle of the forest. The light's starting to come into the world as daybreak is approaching. It gets to the point where Ustenia and Sesh, you kind of get caught into some like gnarled vines that kind of catch you, and it takes you a little bit. You have to cut away at the vines to get out. They're very thick and strong. In doing so, you make some noise, and the next thing you know, when the party brush yourself off and you start going back towards the way you were going, you see in front of you a party of individuals in powdered blue uniforms just on the edge of a clearing. And for a split second, nobody does anything before we start the initiative.
For a split second, everything is peaceful. And then the shit goes wrong.
Like you hear the
I
birds
missed
are
that.
singing.
What's happening?
And
We're
We've
in
been
combat.
caught. We've been rumbled.
Oh god.
Going loud, Rainbow Six. Going loud. Take the suppressors off the USP, boys. We're going loud. Let's do this.
Right. I've got some
Okay.
new things to play with. Right.
Yeah. I'm going to try and hold on to a level 3 spell because I need it for Water Walk. In case we need to just fucking run.
I
need to
mean,
make sure I'm getting
plan C, I can get us off the island, but we'll be a different part of the Empire.
I mean,
Might not be the best idea.
it also could be the only way for us to get back to the mainland without getting shot. So, or killed or captured. So
that's why I'm thinking, like
that should be the very, very last ditch effort. Because at the very least, if we're back on the mainland, we can cast sending on somebody who we can at least, send a sending message to and say, hey, we have all this information. We're in the Cardinal Empire. Shit went wrong. Be prepared.
Yeah.
Or we could just murder these foes and get the fuck out of here.
I've got a plan.
I mean, it's an option, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Also,
I mean,
could we say that all of us are currently holding our weapons because we were cutting through shit? Like I'm holding a hand axe or something.
Yeah.
I'm not holding a weapon.
I get that.
It's not on this mission with me.
I'm
That's
always
true.
holding a weapon.
You're holding an M16.
It's on my horse. I, for some reason, have a machete.
Yeah. You have a machete,
and
a
a bag
helmet,
full of heroin.
yes, and a single Red Bull to help you get over the hangover.
Who was front?
Me.
Probably Rivallon, yeah.
Rivallon's front, I'm back.
Rivallon. You were in back.
In the middle.
I'd
with-
assume that the people who got stuck are in the middle.
Yeah, I'm just getting you all raid.
Hey, Mitch Dad.
Can't see Midge there
alright.
because Red Moogle's changed the screen again and didn't change it back like naughty Moogle.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Midge Dad!
Waves vigorously.
Why is Justinia so far back?
Oh, there we
'cause
go.
he
We popped
was-
in.
You were both caught. They were both caught on branches. That,
Oh, okay.
Vines or some shit. Yeah. We got caught on some shit.
Where's the
The
evil
battle map
elves?
hasn't opened for me.
It has for.
It has for us.
It is.
What's it
will
called?
get
I'll
there.
The
search
Fey word, the Phi word forest, I believe it's called.
I don't know where
There
the
we are.
bad guys are yet.
Nope, because he
'cause
hasn't
he
put them
hasn't
in.
on.
Yep, I'm putting them in now. I don't have any special art for them because I didn't have the money to commission artwork for these.
Couldn't
Just
pay
have them
Victober
all
to
as
make us
the
more
other
art.
guy.
Yeah, they all look like Volrend all of a sudden. There's just 10 of them there all of a sudden. Like, oh shit.
Vorend learned how to make what are they called?
Copies of himself.
Yeah,
Shadow
what-
clones.
What they call not shadow clones. What are the other ones where you make them out of a snowman?
Oh, substitutes? Or something like that?
No, there's a spell. It's what
Christ.
7, 8.
it's
Look
what
away
Pumat
there.
Soul uses.
Some shit. I don't know.
What the one
It's
that
like
makes
a level
multiple
7
of them?
spell. It's what a Pumat Soul in Critical Role
Yeah,
uses.
yeah.
What are they called?
Oh, there they are. They're all T's. There we are.
Oh, yeah,
They're
all
T's. They're
teasers.
terrorists.
No,
Everybody
they're
quickly
teasers.
murder them.
Tango.
Tango.
Tangos. Yes, they're tangos. Tango down.
Tangos, yeah.
Tango down.
Tango down.
Tango down.
Oh my god.
There is 10 of them, Rivallon. There is 10. Remember that. Target rich environment. You wanted this.
Yes, I did actually. That's right. Yeah.
Ustinia's just like,
Right.
please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. Rah.
Soap.
Okay. I'm
What
also
kind
gonna
of a
roll.
name is soap?
I'm also gonna make sure we roll all the initiative right now. So let's see what happens. Roll. initiative.
Domino.
Oh wow.
How does
wow.
Muppet
oh,
like
um,
you pass selection?
Fuck.
That is
oh,
so
wow.
many.
He's
They're
got
all
third.
together.
Holy fuck. What do you know?
Man.
Holy shit.
I'm going to be dead.
You
by the
all
time
got
I have my
13.
turn.
All three of
Oh.
you got 13.
Which means
Oh,
I
got
rolled a 4.
13.
Actually, Roach, does it tell you what I rolled on the dice? Because I would have gotten a 14 and something else.
No, it doesn't tell me off the bat, but I know it does roll advantage because I double
Yeah.
checked. If you
You've
have
got
that. in.
75 health. You'll be
Uh,
fine.
while that loads in, I have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Just
Yeah, I forgot Rivallon is
Actually,
wounded.
that's a good plan,
He's got
because
those
it's
3
gonna be a hell
wounds
of a
from
battle.
smashing his face into the glass.
Yeah, thanks for healing me, by the way, bud.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Man,
Oh.
I'm nearly
Do
out.
you need a top up?
100 HP.
Because this is going to take a while.
We're not.
2
doing
of us
it
are
all
nearly
the
at
way to the
100
end.
HP. Yeah.
Fair.
2 of
we
us
got
are nearly
13.
at 100 HP at this point. It's pretty good.
I mean, me and Mog are the.
No, Rivallon's the
Oh, wow,
lowest,
Rivallon's
69,
the quickest.
which is
Wow.
nice. By the way, it's a nice amount of HP for the ranger over
I mean,
there.
I
For
do
the
technically
elf
have a.
who's desperately trying
If we
to
don't
get some.
think we're going to need to teleport, I do have another.
I won't lie. I'm basically just gonna run at one of them, throw my axe, and then summon my spiritual weapon and go to town.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've got the spell Dawn as well. If you know what that does.
No.
I don't think I do off the top of my head.
A light shines down on your location in the within the specific range until the spell's end. A 30-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder of bright light glimmers there. The light is sunlight. Each creature that when the cylinder appears, each creature must make a Constitution saving throw or take 4d10 radiant damage. On a failed save, they take half as much. And as long as the
All right.
cylinder is there, they keep taking it.
Just to point it out, Rivallon, Isaac, that will give us away. That will literally give us away even
Oh,
before
yeah,
anything else
100%,
happens. So
yeah.
wait
That-
until
that
they
is-
go loud first.
That's a broken arrow there, right there.
Mhm.
Broken arrow, broken arrow.
all right. Who's loaded in? Who hasn't?
Everybody,
We're all in. We're good.
Yeah.
We're all in. Okay. So
upgrades, yo.
yeah. So we start this with the silence being broken, with the with 2 of the individuals of the hunting party yelling out in their language that you can't understand a command, and all of the other individuals are looking kind of dumbfounded and like very slowly looking at each other and towards you, snap into attention, and they begin shuffling. And Rivallon, it's your first go. What are you doing?
Oh boy.
Why the fuck is there people on this island? Oh shit, murder them.
Question: do we know of which one is the commander?
You are not familiar enough with their rank insignia of the normal line troops.
No, I mean,
let alone
is someone
sharpshooters.
in particular seeming to be giving orders?
Not, I mean, two individuals were given like just a general command, but you're not necessarily sure that was like seniority or just anything. It's hard to tell when you don't understand their language.
Who's dressed nicer?
I can move.
That's
my
what I'm saying.
counter.
You don't know.
They're
Oh,
all-
hold on.
Oh.
Let me find out.
Just as a thing, remember, guys, from the note, we know that there was a
Okay.
corporal and a sergeant leading this hunting party.
All right. Should
Sure.
work now.
So so we did hear two people gave orders, therefore maybe they're the people.
Exactly.
So Rivallon, fuck them up.
Which ones are they?
For reference, by the way, the bushes is difficult terrain, which means it's double movement through a bush.
No, it's
If
not.
you need
So, like,
to do that.
The area just to the south of Rivallon, which
No,
also doesn't
Yeah,
count for
but
him because he's in
Rivallon,
his
but
favorite
Rivallon
terrain.
doesn't have to deal with that because
Yeah.
it's favorite terrain. So,
Yeah.
all right, Rivallon moves there.
Bonus action. I will target Dominion Trooper or Line Trooper 6.
Line Trooper 6. Oh, Dominion Trooper is actually part of the name. I was just supposed to be, I guess, oh, they're identified. Hold on. There we go.
Elf soldier.
Soldier. Okay.
There we go.
This is where the actual this is where the
No,
actual.
Dominion.
You technically
enforcement
haven't learned the
starts.
actual name of their nation yet.
Yep.
No.
This is where the actual
So it's Dominion. Okay, thank you. We are
This is-
Dominion. We are ready.
This is where the actual Fortune Sun starts because the combat has begun.
So, Rivallon, you're targeting
Hey, put it
6.
this way: we've got 10 more rifles and 10 more uniforms.
That's a good point.
Slightly
we
bloody
survive.
blue uniforms and moderately used muskets.
All right, Hunter's Mark on Elf Soldier 6, who strangely has
All right.
changed.
And this way, Rivallon also might get some ammunition.
True, yeah. I mean, I think it's a case of we're not going to be able to keep all of that because we're going to have to leave some of it with the Thanes, but we can keep most of it. We can keep most of it.
So you've hunters marked and you've
Yeah.
targeted. So what are you doing now?
Pew pew.
Oh boy.
18.
That's a hit.
I'm going to do the other attack as well.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I get it.
24.
That's a hit.
Right, then it's... I think the longbow does it automatically because it's +3, isn't it? Because I've got my +1 for my arrows and +2 for my braces.
It should do it automatically.
Alright.
I think. We'll see if
Let's
it gives you the
see.
+3.
8?
It did.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Yep.
And then Hunter's Mark.
So. Okay.
Good first volley from you.
Yeah, 2 arrows strike out on this trooper as he's readying his musket, and just like the arrows, he has no armor, so the arrows just one hits him in the shoulder, the other one kind of grazes through his pant leg, but he's bleeding.
It hurts, bruh.
Well, it's 19
hurts.
damage and he is actually wounded, so...
All right, and that's the end of your turn because you moved and fired
I
and
did.
all your attacks. So all right, Ustenia.
Wait, hang on. No, you
That says
have to do it
Rivallon
again because it's
Oh,
you didn't put it into initiative.
Ustenia.
There you go.
Who's down there? You go.
Well, Stania.
Would like to move here?
all right, you may move there.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Ustenia is going to
And,
rage.
Bonus action, charge.
Bonus action charge instead of rage.
Well, I can't really attack. I've got no one in range, so.
Oh, so
Stania's
you're
like,
double-
I'm getting the fuck
You're
up
just
here."
double moving, right?
Yeah, he's just going. He's
Okay.
going.
Oh right, so you are still gonna
Doesn't work
rage.
if you don't attack or don't get attacked.
Oh yeah, right now you're not raging.
I could rage, couldn't I?
Well,
Yeah, because you've
have
used
to-
an action to move, and then you used your actual action to move again.
Yeah.
So you
bonus
still have a
action to
bonus.
rage?
Yeah, it's a bonus action to rage.
So if you want to
Wait, I tell you.
You told her.
I told us.
You
Yeah.
told him.
I said he was going to rage.
There we go. And that's
Well,
my turn.
considering how close he is to the
All right.
firing, I think it's a good idea that he rages because there might be a lot
All
of
right.
bullets coming his way.
Yeah,
yeah,
they might whack him with like the bayonets or something, but hey, he's good against stab wounds.
I'm also in sentinel range of 2 troopers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, good point.
Sesh, it's your turn.
Gonna move to there.
Okay.
Shield of Faith? Or whatever it is. Just to fucking armor yourself up.
Oh fuck, it's not close enough. Okay, never mind then. F. Actually, no, I'm gonna throw one of my axes at one of these guys anyway because I'm holding one of them. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Do it live.
Do it live. Yeet.
That's a hit. Not hard
Yeet.
to hit. Okay. Little damage on them. Little axe goes into him, pulls it out. All right, and now
And
we
then
start
as
with-
a bonus action, I think it's a bonus action. Let me check.
Spiritual weapon.
Yes, it is. It's a bonus action to summon Shield of Faith. So do that on myself. Effect extra AC.
you are also targeting the elf soldier when you
Oh,
did that. so,
yeah, you should probably take
I
that
can
off
get
of
rid
him.
of that.
Give him extra
Ew.
AC.
Nah.
That says Shield of Fate. That's duration 100 rounds.
Yeah, because it's
Is it 10
concentration. It's concentration 10 minutes, I think.
minutes? Okay.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Just making sure.
Concentration up to 10 minutes. Up to 10 minutes, yeah.
Concentration minutes.
100
Okay.
rounds. Yeah.
All right. Elf Soldier 1. Who is next?
Oh,
And
God,
here
here we
comes
go.
the onslaught.
He just got an axe stuck in him. He's not having a good time.
He's next to Ustenia.
He's next to a very angry man holding a very bloody axe. And no
I
one,
just
he's
wanna
not hit
see one
anyone
of
with
them
it
go,
yet.
"Rick, bayonets!" Fucking, oh god, we're gonna be
All of them
getting
charging at Justinia. Just fix bayonets.
I just need to double check what
If we're
this,
lucky, they
what the
charge
wording of this-
Justinia.
One of
I
them
just
pulls out
hope-
one of them pulls out like a spade.
I just
All right, he's going to take the attack of opportunity from Ustenia to break and move south.
Before
So
he moves, I need to get my attack because if I hit him, he has a speed of 0.
I know. Go ahead and make that attack. That is also, by the way, if you use this, that is your reaction for the round.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
You just hack his knee, just falls apart.
That hits.
Oh fuck!
That hits.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
All
That's a
right.
lot of damage.
He's not moving now.
He just lost a leg.
Really?
That
or
man.
ever-
Just,
or properly ever again.
yep.
He's not moving
just-
now, and then he goes in and strikes you with a short sword that looks to have some sort of mechanical mounting device in the back of it.
A bayonet.
No, it's a pistol.
No.
It's a gun
Bayonet.
sword.
He was-
It's with a mounting device.
It's a sword bayonet.
You attach it to your
Attack.
shotgun and you slam fire some krauts with it.
17
Here-
misses.
Here was me
Mhm.
hoping they had plug bayonets and they weren't quite there yet, but
No. No.
Oh, that's just
All right, so that's Elf Soldier 1's turn. Okay.
That's
10
just
is
Soldier
going
1's turn.
Yep,
There's 10 of them.
there's 10 of them.
Get comfy, people.
10,
They're going to be just shooting, possibly at me.
10, and then he's going to hold his action.
Uh-oh.
Then
they probably get an attack bonus to fire at once. It's line infantry,
Two.
man.
2
I'm
is going to
in
go 5, 10, because you can't get an attack of opportunity because you already used your action.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to hold his action.
Yep, they get an attack bonus. I know Roach was working out line infantry tactics with Ben.
How do you know that?
You
'Cause
told
you
us
said
at the end
it.
of last session.
Yep.
He's going to hold
Roach
his
is going,
action.
Damn it, why did I say that?
Oh, damn it.
5. He's going to hold his action.
Why did I open my damn mouth?
10, 15, 20. He's going to hold his action.
I think the poster behind Midge's left shoulder is very accurate right now.
The dice giveth, the dice taketh away. Ooh. It's over
Oh,
my
look at
dice.
that line. Look at that spicy
20.
line right there. Look at it.
Hold his action. 8's gonna hold his action.
We're about to find out which one the officer is.
Actually, I fucked that up. 6 should have been the one that initiated that down there, so I'm gonna do that because all the numbers bled into my head for a second, and I've been awake for 20 hours. Elf Soldier
That will happen.
6.
It does happen, yes.
It does happen quite a bit. Elf Soldier 6
Injured one at the bottom.
is the injured one at the bottom. If I can get him to action, there we go. He's going to initiate volley fire.
Of course. Who at?
Well,
It's
it's
a-
not an individual. It's not
Oh, it's
individual.
area effect.
It's an area of effect. So they're going to
Spread
target.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm right next
So
to
I
a tree. I can take cover behind.
So the group fires a volley from their muskets at a 10-foot by 20-foot area within range, which is up to 120 feet. The targets inside that area must make a dexterity saving throw. Okay. How many troopers are in this bottom?
Pause,
area?
champ.
1,
Everybody
2,
everybody
3,
press the pause
4,
champ button. Pause, champ.
5. Is it a minimum of 3? No, 4. Okay, so I don't have enough for that. Okay, so they don't get the extra damage by having more than 4 on there because they need 2 more. Goes up by 2 every time. So that means Sesh.
Oh, this is gonna be painful. Hey, Ryan, I think you forgot the nails. Sorry, Mighty Dragon. I didn't realise I'd forgotten the nails.
So Sesh, you're going to be targeted. They all like that. One of them yells out in their incomprehensible elven tongue, a command, and they all ready their weapons, then lay it down, and then turn them over towards you, and you see 5 barrels of these weapons pointed towards you.
I just scream at them to come at me.
All right. You need to make a.
Can't you force me to roll that?
Oh yes, I can. This is gonna have to come from Elf Soldier 8 because for some reason.
That's fine. It doesn't really matter who does it.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So you're taking dexterity,
Which is
saving throw.
bad. Oh,
Would you fail?
it says
That's a
save.
high save. Then.
It says save because I rolled a 16. Ah!
Yeah.
Fuck.
So you fail, which means you take full damage instead of half.
If I had the 0 dex modifier, I would have made that save.
Yeah, you would have.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah. But you
Fuck.
take this much damage from the.
Oh, it will
the-
also force me to roll
the
the concentration check, I think.
Yeah.
So
Your this red hot lead balls flying through the air towards you.
Sesh is the first member of the party to get shot, and she made the
21.
save.
66.
66 is a d6 for each of them. The 5.
6d6 plus no pluses because they didn't have the extra one because they get for every 2 more after that they get another 2d6 plus 1 to the
Oh, we're not going to
What?
survive many of them.
Sesh could
Alright,
take
we have to-
another.
Concentrate down
5.
the numbers, but at the same time spread out.
Well, we need to hit the officer,
Whoever that
There-
is.
which
Well,
is the one you're already hitting because he's the
Oh,
one that
great.
initiated it.
but
Focus 6.
but yeah, you a cacophonous explosion showers forth from each of the barrels of these rifles, or from these muskets. They're not rifles. From these muskets, that'd be worse with rifles. From these muskets, and Sesh, you defiantly stand, and then you just feel yourself get
Impact.
peppered by all these just hot projectiles. It doesn't
then
look
she
like
keeps
your
standing.
armor. It doesn't look like your armor saved you.
And then she keeps standing because fuck you.
Keep standing as you slowly bleed. Okay, so that's that one's turn.
Only I make me bleed my own blood.
8's gonna
Oh,
and
that's
then now
dark.
and
Yeah.
now 8 is going to is going to hold their action,
Need
and
to get
9
in
is
the
going to get
thing.
within range here. And they are going to target Ustenia.
They might hit their friend in
there's
the
no-
process.
Oh yeah, technically
They don't
they
give a
could they could arrange it so that you're on the back end of that, but that's pretty gamey. So they're going to fire at you, and hit their friend because it's a 10 by 20 foot rectangle that they
Okay.
hit. So it works. They can hit. They'll hit you and their friend. So we'll just target both of them.
Ouch.
Okay. So
Get damage done.
one of them starts and begins yelling a command. They ready? Lay and fire. And dexterity saving throw for both of you. Okay, you both succeed, which means you take half damage.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have to remember, I failed that dexterity saving.
Yeah,
throw,
you
So it
did.
would have been less than that for anybody.
I
else.
also rolled pretty below average, by the way.
Well, no,
hardly
you rolled a
resisted.
2, a 1, a 6, and then 3 4.
Oh yeah, I guess there was a couple of 4s.
pretty
So
average.
that was about average.
So
yeah.
Eustinia took 4 damage.
Because I got
Justinia's like, I am madman.
and
Half
then I
and partially resisted.
It's like being shot by a BB.
Yeah,
I
these
will.
bullets go bang, 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 and it just goes.
It's like
As you can
Wolverine.
probably
That does stuff
As you can
well.
probably see there, I had to make this into a spell so that the higher level thing actually worked.
all I can imagine in my head is just Justinia is just Wolverine, just pushing bullets out of
Counts as
himself.
a cantrip.
just angry.
Yeah.
All right,
a left, your puny
that
weapon.
that's
So, proficiency, was it cantrip proficiency as the feat? Can I learn this cantrip?
all right, and that's the end of their turn.
We all
Isaac,
get muskets. I'll learn it. Okay, so
yeah,
Isaac.
We need to
It's
get
not
in
gonna
their
be a
faces and seriously screw them up.
Well, I'm gonna move into cover
Because you a bitch.
because is what I'm planning on doing is moving into the cover away from me, so
Back a
Mogriff
minute.
can move into the cover closest to me.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna move to there. You said that's difficult terrain to get through, so that should be all of my movement to there, correct?
because that's 2. Yeah, that'd be 30 to get through
Yeah,
there. So,
okay.
Okay.
So bonus action, I'm gonna my wings because I get extra damage if I
So,
do.
so they see from behind the tree. The
Now,
wings,
can
yeah.
I lean and shoot?
No, they get. Oh well, you could, but I'm gonna give them cover if you do, because you're
Well,
technically right behind.
my wand of the war mage ignores half cover.
Scroll down.
So
Go for it, fam.
I'm gonna take it.
Go for it.
I'm gonna take a shot at Elf Soldier 6.
All right.
Do
it. Do it,
I'm gonna
motherfucker.
hit it,
Do it.
and I'm gonna hit him with
He
a
will.
guiding bolt. So the next shot on this person will get advantage
Drag a line.
if it hits.
All right.
Do they make? Is that a saving throw? No, it's.
Is
just
it a saving throw or is it an
damage.
attack action?
It's just
that
an
you're-
attack
that you're-
action. Yeah.
Is it an attack?
So-
You have disadvantage because a large cloud of smoke is now in front of them from the black powder.
Oh. So I have a disadvantage range attack to hit them right now.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I would represent
So-
that with drawing on the map or anything like that, but that's very difficult to do in this.
Until we
Yeah.
get
round.
Unity.
Yeah, like I just drop smoke
Alright,
markers in
even
front.
okay. So it's attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay then.
Plus 9. So.
It's the reason I bought this wand.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
he now next attack gets advantage on him. And this was
Which
a
means
level
it's a normal
2.
attack.
Yeah.
For the next one.
So, but that's going to be helpful for Rivallon nonetheless, or whoever else maybe tries to shoot him. And then,
Oh, fuck. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of
Alright, he
damage.
gets no reactions and he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Oh yeah, cause system shock.
System shock,
fuck.
yeah.
Forgot about that.
You strike him with magic.
I keep forgetting about that because it never seems to happen.
Oh,
I mean, it would have happened if you had rolled. No, I don't think even if you rolled 6s across the board, it wouldn't have happened on me because it would have been
Oh
66.
wait!
and
He
56.
takes another 9 radiant damage as well.
Oh yeah, from your
because of
wings.
my wings.
Who was this? This is 6?
6.
6.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yes! I killed an officer.
Well, I suspect they all have the modifier ability. They're all just using their training. So any of
Yeah,
them could
well,
initially
even
be
so-
Yeah.
efficient. And
No,
2,
you'd know if there
this
was
is
an
a good-
officer here.
2
Okay,
is a
fair.
good thing that we're
Second
killing
one.
them because each one is contributing 1d6 damage, right,
Yep.
to this modifier.
Oh,
so we're
no,
making
no,
their
no, no,
modifier.
no. No, the volley fire works. Individually, I think they do like something d12, 1d12 for like a musket. But
Yeah.
in this action, basically the volley fire ability only triggers when they have 4. In a
A
line.
minimum, right?
A minimum, and it's 66 to start.
Yes, we did.
For every-
They are licking.
For every 2 added on there, they get another 2d6 plus
Gotcha,
1.
gotcha.
on
So
top
right
of
now
that.
their maximum damage is 4 plus 4 plus 1. So
Yeah,
it'd be
basically-
4 plus.
They're standard. Their base. This is the basic attack they're getting right now.
Right, disrupt their line. Disrupt their lines. I need to kill this one.
This-
I'm
Line
on,
breaker!
and then
I pull out a
This
hand
is-
grenade.
I am the line breaker.
This is
He
gonna
is.
really, really wreck armored civilization, medieval civilization. Not
Yes.
every,
Yeah.
not every army has mages. We need to get this information back to everyone.
Yes.
All right.
Like,
Is that
oh,
the
not
end
only
of the
that,
return,
right?
Isaac?
Please
Not
note
only that,
we
but
will
my-
be
yes, that is
looting the
my
bodies
turn.
for ammunition.
And everything.
Also,
Worry
right,
about
to-
that
Don't worry, it's
To point this out, right? I am not only wearing highly expensive full plate, it's also magic, which did fuck all.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
my shit doesn't work. If my shit
only-
doesn't work, the average trooper shit isn't going to work.
Yeah, but then
And
I
not,
look at
not
me,
everyone is Lustinia.
Yeah.
me and I think, well, the Utah
Yeah, Mog
kingdoms.
wants her go.
Yeah, Smog, it's your go. You're moving there?
I would quite like to move behind cover if I can.
Okay.
But, and then, right. So number 6 at the end is dead.
Oh
right?
yes.
Yes. Very.
If I target between the 2 in the middle of that line, who aren't dead,
Okay.
how
10 and 4.
where is a 20-foot radius?
It has to be on a square.
So it would be down.
So if you
So
So
I'll
you target-
1, 2, 3, 4 would be 20.
Yeah,
If you went to target that one.
yeah,
But either
If
way,
you're
you're
saying
covering
a-
that line.
yeah. So I'm gonna
if it's
go
a
with the
radius
aim at
10,
the
yeah.
third one down with synaptic static.
Okay.
So
Okay.
control,
Control,
click.
click.
There you go.
Right.
All right, you should target since they're all inside of that. You should target all of them, I think, right? Or
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can target multiples. I'm just
There you go. That's it.
Right. Whew. Okay.
Oh my! Oh wow, that's a spell.
It is a spell, isn't it?
Fell.
and you're
Fucking
casting it at the
Mog-
highest level because you're
Yeah.
a warlock.
Yeah.
Well, it's a level 5 spell, so
Oh, okay. So what do they need to do, and what does it do?
I'll read it out because it's awesome.
Right.
I
You
remember
choose
reading
a
this.
point
They die.
You chose a point within range and cause psychic damage to explode there. Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make an intelligence saving throw. A creature with an intelligence score of 2 or lower cannot be affected. A target takes 8d6 psychic damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. After a failed save, a target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number of rolled from attack rolls and ability checks, as well as its con saving throws to maintain concentration. A target can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success.
Okay. Well, go ahead and make
Where
them
are
roll.
you targeting this? And does it clip Soldier 1?
It's 20-foot radius.
Yeah,
so I
if
don't.
you dump it on Soldier 4,
I'm trying
It
to
may
avoid.
reach
I'm
Soldier
trying to make sure I avoid a
and
stim.
it won't
It won't,
touch me.
because he's 5 foot
It'll
further
touch
on.
Soldier 1.
Yeah.
1,
Yeah, it'll target
2,
one,
3,
so
4.
bring that
So you
in
get
there.
that.
Target him too.
Yeah.
You got to target him too.
Okay, now make him make the saving throw.
Press the effect button on the spell.
I mean, they're not stupid, but then again, they're also. I mean, this is a level 10 caster.
So, is it that?
Mark
one?
is Charles Xaviering these people. Level 9 caster.
I can kill
Level
you.
9.
All right, let's have a look
Fine.
what we got here.
1, 2.
2 saves.
So that's 2 saves, 3 failures.
It will automatically recognize that on the damage. If
Yeah,
you
so
roll the
make them
damage,
roll
right?
the damage, or roll the damage, and we'll see what happens.
So just hit the damage button. Boom.
Oh, fuck.
21 to all of them. That's freaking decent.
Yeah, that hit pretty hard. It didn't kill any of them, though. Surprisingly enough, I thought Soldier 1 would definitely die.
So but all the ones that failed have that muddied thoughts thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is, the thing is, though, is reread reread that. Does it subtract from the attack, as in the attack like roll, or damage rolls? Because technically, they don't make an attack roll for the Valley Fire.
Yeah, it's just a DC we need to make.
Attack rolls, ability checks, and Constitution saving throws.
So it actually doesn't affect their attacks.
Oh, if they're using their
But
sword.
Still, it was decent
If
damage.
they're using, yes, if they're using the Soldier ones, definitely, but the rest of them are just working off of like mechanical training to reload and fire their muskets.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but
And
they
they
are
did a lot
all.
of damage.
Yes, you did.
It's,
a lot.
oh yeah, no, it was worth it. It was worth. I'm not.
Oh, totally worth it.
We're not debating that fact.
No.
I mean, I did 19 damage with one of my attacks.
Oh yeah, no. A warlock that uses one of its 2 spell slots does a lot
Yeah.
when it does.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
21. That's brutal. They're
21
hurt.
for 5. 21 for 5. Well,
21
3 of
for
them.
3, and then 10 and then 10 for 2.
Yeah, that's almost
that
that's more than
DPS.
100 damage.
I think that would be enough to take Sesh down.
Definitely. So next is Rivallon.
Just no, guys, we are over time. Are we carrying this on?
I say we could pick this up on the
Yeah.
start of the turn because we just finished.
Rivallon. So yeah, we'll.
Yeah.
Wow. So after a blast of synaptic static being let out from Mog, I think this is the first spell she might have landed, and we all go, "Wow, holy shit!" Join us next week, same time, 7:30 BST, for the continuation of this fight, and to see if we make it off the island with all the information and stuff alive.
So,
I really hope so, and I know that Isaac is going to be making copies of all of the information that we've found.
Mark has already translated it into common.
Yeah, and we're gonna be
making yourself a nice rifle.
We're gonna be making copies of this, Mog. That's our journey home. But anyway, you'll join us next week at the same time, and we will see you then. Until next time, though, we have been joined by and humbly hosted by our DM of this week and pretty much every week, Commissar Roach. You can find him at Commissar Roach on YouTube. Then we have surely only Mikey, our wonderful Irish Dragonborn over there. We've also got Utarionzo. You can catch him at twitch.tv/Utarionzo. Then we have, of course, our wonderful Commando Solid Snake for the evening, Rivallon, played by Rival Zone
MVP.
Gaming.
MVP.
You can find him at Rival Zone Gaming on YouTube and Twitch. He's also there with the lovely Red Moogle, who you can catch on that same channel. And then, of course, there's me, Midgeman. You can catch me at youtube.com/The Midgeman's World and on twitch.tv/Midgeman.
And
And
he's alright as well.
He's all right.
yeah,
He's all right. He's fine.
He's okay.
I think
Yeah.
there's one thing. Just have a lovely woohoo! And we'll see you next time. Good night, folks.
Bye.
Night.
Bye, folks.